baby. All right, hey, welcome to the Wileyverse. We're on. Whoa. Let's refresh that chat. Welcome to the Wileyverse. Here we play Dungeons & Dragons on Wednesday night, 5th edition, in the Forgotten Realms world. Are you showing fat baby pic?
Oh yeah, that was a huge baby.
We're showing fat baby pics. Our current campaign is called the Cardinal Bond. Our group are all mercenaries belonging to a mercenary company called the Cardinal Bond in Baldur's Gate. But I think there's something I need to get out of the way real quick. And then there's this one.
That still looks like she's casting a spell but not happy about it.
Yeah.
That was the full reverse one.
I don't know why my reaction was to just like go into the robot. I don't know.
When
so
stuff
good.
starts flying around and you miss it, you just
Just
kind
like, what happened? Because it hit me in the face too. I don't know if you can see it, but it got me in the face.
Gotcha, Mrs. Simpson. Ow! All right, so I guess we can start all the way down at the end. At the end of the table is Robert, who now has his own little name plate.
Oh, look at that.
Playing Finchurch.
Hello.
Hello. Human Wizard School of Discovery.
Yeah.
Like an actual human in the game.
Yeah.
So, next to him is Mitch playing Arovar, the group's rogue swashbuckler pirate. And they're kind of resident expert on Baldur's Gate until you came along. Another person that's actually lived in Baldur's Gate. Next to Mitch is Kaelin playing Loradov, an astral soul monk Eladrin from the Feywild, who has been brought into this world and deposited in Baldur's Gate of all places. Then we've got Jordarai playing the Horizon Walker Ranger. I keep wanting to say Horizon Texas Walker Ranger. Also an Eladrin from the Feywild who came along with Loradov. I am the Dungeon Master, so I'm everybody else. But I'm also, in particular, Maeve, the group's Trickster Domain Priestess of Timor.
Yay! You did it.
All right, see you next week.
Okay, cool.
Are you not human?
That's a wrap.
What?
Are you not human?
No, he's half elf.
Half elf.
Our group has just getting to the conclusion of their latest job, their latest mission, where they were hired by a friend of theirs to follow up on a royal family or noble family in Baldur's Gate called Patriarchs. Hello.
Wolfmaster.
Hey, Wolfmaster, check this out.
You can play the
So silly.
So good.
I made it.
They had been hired to investigate ties of a patriarch family, one of the noble families in Baldur's Gate, to see if they could find concrete ties to them in the worship of the Dead Three. They had previously been in the basement of that patriarch's family and found a flesh golem and symbols of Merkel, the god of death. So they'd already known there was a tie. They just needed to find evidence of it so they can give that over to someone who was going to use that. They have concluded that assignment. They had, throughout all of their investigations and various calamities in going forward, they eventually snuck into the manor when all of the nobles were at a gala. Found a secret lair down in the catacombs beneath it, where they found Finchurch, of all people, for one thing, chained up down there.
That wasn't nice.
But they found what they needed, evidence that the family was in league with worshipping the Dead Three, as well as two of the family members being assassins of Baal, who they have dispatched handedly, unlike last time. Their first encounter with those two was rough. I forgot my iPad in my room. I got my iPad in my room. It's on my dresser.
Dresser.
Yeah, on the left side.
Okay.
It's sitting on top of a box. The highest
Magic
point.
Dragon on?
Yeah, is
we have
DJ Magic-
beverages? What's happening right
Is
now?
DJ Magic Dragon on?
Doubt it.
I don't think so.
And do we have beverages?
There's a couple in there still.
He's slacking at his job.
We were all over the place. Yay!
3 left.
3.
Yeah, we're slacking.
Wait, that's all?
That's it.
Sure.
We can share one.
Do you want?
I mean, you don't have one either.
I don't have one either.
Are you drinking again?
I am.
Hey!
My 30 days is up.
How do you feel?
Fine.
It's all beverages for all. I can make a run if the rest of the group needs to report to people, and I'm just trying to find a cozy bed.
It might come around to that, but we'll see. There we go. Let's do this.
This group makes weird decisions, so you
Yeah.
never know.
You never know.
Why were you naked that other session?
Because he got knocked out.
I actually got captured.
He actually got captured by the Dead 3 worshippers. Well, an entrepreneur that was dealing with the people of the Dead 3. It was a bar, a tavern, and they get homeless people to come in by giving them free drink tokens, and then
That'd get me.
right, and then they poison the drink,
Oh no!
and so the person passes out, and they throw them out, which is strip them of all their stuff, walk them down into a secret catacomb back room, and chain them up there. And all of the Dead 3 cults that are in the know of this place will go by there and go, "Oh, there's a delivery for us," and take the person and leave money for the person, so that they can have sacrifices, they can have
What a wonderful system.
yeah, right.
And you you purposely got caught.
Well, they went there because they knew that something was up with the tavern. They didn't know exactly what was up with the tavern. And he came in, he was running his mouth, he talked about the chips, and so the guy poisoned him.
How fun!
So that was fun. And so he woke up naked, chained, with Maeve trying to free him. Right. Lord and Savior.
Hello.
Oh wow, everybody's here.
Wait,
Oh, everybody's here.
let's get it again.
Wolfmaster and Lord, hey.
Dun, 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 dun,
What was that? They've both been here for a long time, so they're pretty. Yeah.
dun, dun,
And
dun.
a little raspberry in the mix.
Give me a little bit. Why not?
All
That's
right.
cool. I don't want to take it off from you.
Ooh, lime raspberry. I mean, mixing, that should be a thing
It
with White
sounds
Claw.
like it'd be fine.
Mixing them together.
We're not sponsored by White Claw, but we're available.
I feel like everyone's drinking this now. I've never heard of this company until
us?
the last time.
Yeah.
First time I was big to hear with you.
It was their growth from inception till current time is one of the fastest, largest growing companies in
Really?
history.
Yeah, they went
Came
so
out
fast.
of nowhere, like they did just the right kind of marketing and viral campaigning, and it worked. Like I remember the first time I heard about it, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck these things are. My wife had one day, and she's like, "You want one?" And I'm like, "No, I don't drink that." Like soda, I love soda water. I don't drink this fruit crap.
It's like LaCroix, but with
It-
booze.
Well, LaCroix is terrible. That's why I was like,
so
great.
terrible.
His real name.
It's
Is that
vodka.
right?
It's flavored vodka soda, like
Yeah.
in a can.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I was just like, no, I don't care for this. And then I can't remember where I had my first one. And I was like, what the fuck? I am missing out. I think we were actually at
What was it at?
Murphy's.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
When Eric went there, because Eric saw a joke, like a YouTube video about it, making fun of it, and got right into it. Oh, hey, Giant Hippo's here. Sweet.
Hey,
That's good. All right, so
everybody's here, like Mitch said.
you guys made way, kind of separately, to not arouse suspicion, out of the upper city. It is deep into the night. It's at least 1, 2 a.m. The fog has rolled in over everything. You are making your way back. You two were watching him. Do you, once you get back in the lower city, meet back up? to take him to the Fated Sign, or are you just going to let him wander around and try to find the place?
I will.
You will let him wander around?
No.
He said I will. I'm like, good. Wait,
what?
Which one?
Don't cast
The
invisibility.
former, the thing to get back up.
I will as well.
Okay, so after you get through the gates, they come back to meet you, to meet back up, so that they can take you to the Fated Sign, and also probably to get their signet ring.
I was going to say, you probably would like to take this back. What are we doing in the high part of town?
And this is where this house is.
Well, that was where that house was. You are no longer in the upper city.
We were leaving.
We were
Yeah.
leaving. Yes.
You are no longer in the upper city. You are now in the lower city.
Are we passing?
Chained up for days. I'm a little disoriented.
Steps are off to the east. Or
You are,
I keep messing up where the steps are exactly.
depending on which gates you went out of, because there are two that are options. You could have. You're either in Heapside, which is where the Fated Sign is,
Heapside's what I keep mixing up
Yep.
with the steps.
or you could have come out in Bloomridge or the steps. There's three gates. One of them probably wouldn't have gone out of. It's pretty far away from where you were.
Do we roll on it?
No, it doesn't matter. Like, being out at night, though, is dangerous, and you absolutely know this. So having these people come up, be around you is probably a good thing. The fog has rolled in, or the mist from the ocean. There's the green lanterns, which is a custom you know about. They take green glass lanterns and they put them outside their businesses, all the businesses. So if they're open at night or in big fog, they'll light those so you know what's open. They walk you through Heapside, where you see a couple other shapes in the mists doing their business, their late night business. But you are unaccosted as you return back to the Fated Sign. And the Fated Sign is a tavern and an inn, pretty narrow, kind of at the end of a row of buildings in Heapside, and it literally has a Fated Sign. Like, they don't know what the name of the place was, so they just call it the Fated Sign.
Wait. Wouldn't we be going to the Blushing Mermaid, though?
Not necessarily.
I thought we agreed to go back to the Fated Sign.
I know that's true, but I just don't. I'm questioning it now because isn't Arya at the Blushing Mermaid usually?
Arya is at the gala.
Oh.
Yeah. And second is this was a legitimate contract. Like, remember, she came to the Fated Sign and hired you legit. So
it's like a Cardinal Bond.
Yeah, this is a real sanctioned Cardinal Bond mission.
I would say we could go, like, if we wanted to sell that signet ring, we would have to go to the Fated Sign.
Well, the Blushing Mermaid.
Blushing Mermaid, sorry, but yeah.
If you wanted to offload it, you'd either go to the Blushing Mermaid or you'd visit the Underseller. Yeah. So, you make your way back to the Fated Sign. It's kind of foggy. So, no, never mind. You don't have any cool sights or anything like that. So, you make your way back to the Fated Sign and all reconvene. The Fated Sign's lantern is not lit, but you guys know the knock, and there's always someone down in the main chamber keeping the hearth lit and making sure that bondsmen can come and go. So the door opens for you, and you are allowed in. I mean, it is your home, basically.
Yeah.
Do we have to, like...
I do a little awkward, like, but I'll just do it.
You just, like, walk in. The guy that opened the door doesn't give you a real second glance. Shuts the door again, locks it, goes back over to the hearth, and you have pretty much the entire downstairs to yourselves.
I look for a wash basin.
There's one. Actually, they don't have a wash basin out, but they do have a mop bucket because they were cleaning the floors.
You can just use one.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation to get the dirt and grime off me. At least, well, it only does my clothes, I think.
Yeah, you can clean the water with prestidigitation, and or clean the rag and then wash yourself off.
I'll be right. Thank you. I'm going to give proper thanks and adulations, but I need to take care of something real quick.
Can't you just use a room? Do you want to use an actual bathroom?
No, it's an emergency.
It's Emergency.
So for now, the four of you, the bondsmen, are sitting at a table while he goes off to clean himself up. So if there's anything you would like to discuss before he is at the table, do so now.
What the fuck are we gonna do with this guy? Just give him to Ariam? No.
I mean, he was kind
Okay,
of.
bye.
He's not really a spoil.
I'm not getting possessed, but that's like, wait a
We
minute.
really like earn him. Hey, we have a slave.
No, that's not
We've already
what I
got
meant.
Maeve.
Made the slave. Alright.
It's like,
I found out where the origin of the name Maeve is.
oh,
And normally I'm pretty good at like picking a name that has to do with something with the character. Like,
sure.
well, there's one I want to say, but I'm not going to say it. But Maeve is a Irish sex goddess who murders one of the heroes of folklore by
Nice.
luring him in and having sex with them and then killing them, which is nothing like Maeve. Maybe a little,
Sure.
maybe
Well,
a little
has
like
anyone had
Maeve.
sex with Maeve yet?
No one has had sex
Well,
with
then we don't really know.
that you know of. None of these people have. And she didn't go
It's
with the
your time to
other
shine, Robert.
other
I
people
guess
of the
so.
night.
Dayton and I have watched.
If I turn up dead, then we'll
We
know.
have sex a couple of times.
I think it was only the one time.
Just the
but
one
yeah,
time.
It was,
One time, yeah.
it was very like, what's happening?
Yeah.
So
God, that was way back. That was our.
that was the
Racing.
candle fang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
candle fang.
Because I was like this timid virgin, and then like this Clegg was like, "Shut the fuck up, kid."
All right. So anything to discuss?
I would probably explain that the reason I wanted to keep the signet ring was because I have a forgery kit and we might be able to get away with some stuff with this. And now we kind of have a way to write missives and things. Just so when we plan in the future to keep that in mind, that we could probably tell. I don't know, how soon are these people going to be found dead and then get.
Well, you if you want to assume the worst, Isabella is probably going to go home that night from the gala, go downstairs to check on her stuff, and see her two kids' bodies.
Yeah.
So immediately, if not already.
So maybe people still won't be real.
There's like no chance that anybody like saw us like coming and going.
True, but I'm just saying we might only be able to get away
That
with
was a
this.
question.
No,
That was a
there
question.
is a chance.
Probably super low.
The one thing about the upper city is they magically clear the fog, so it is clear up there. There's no fog to hide in and all that stuff. But since everyone was at the gala and all the servants were gone, there may have been a watch, but the chances of someone being in the other homes, it would have just been a servant, really, because everyone else was at the gala. So slim, but always a possibility.
Just played Cyberpunk. We're being set up.
The answer for Baldur's Gate is yes. Maeve's like, do we want to figure out exactly why he was down there? I mean, just because he was taken by bad people doesn't mean he's not also a bad people.
That, and we probably shouldn't be like seen with him too much. You know what I mean?
Coincidentally, I'm practicing my cackle by the soap bucket.
What?
I mean, if Isabella saw him, like, and he's gone, and his dead body's not there, she's gonna assume that he knows what happened.
Well, we also already fought those twins. They obviously got a really good look at his body. We were both naked in front of them. Isabella probably knows what we look like already.
Wait, what?
So the twins, we fought them underneath the catacombs. And it's not like we can assume that they didn't go back to their mother and tell her all about us. I mean, we weren't wearing our bondsman badges on our coats, but if they ask around in the right circles, it wouldn't take much to find us, especially with two Eladrin. So, I mean, yes, maybe we don't want to be seen with him because he's a tie to us, but also if we start splitting up, it might just be easier for them to pick us off.
Now I know what you all look like.
Alright, so you are finished cleaning up. and can join the table.
Ah,
I
so
say
sorry.
before he gets here, like I would say we definitely want to ask, not interrogate him, but basically question him, like how he got there, what he was.
Oh yeah.
What are your intentions with our non-existent daughter?
We do have to find out his story.
Basically, like, we need to question this new wizard dude, and then we can worry about the other stuff afterwards. But like, yeah, there is probably like we need to get this information to
Arya.
like as quick as possible, and then see where to go from there. Because we're probably gonna have like.
We could just take a ride on our boat to another fucking plane if we really were in that dire need to.
Yeah,
We could just be
right.
like, peace, or going to a different dimension.
If I really wanted to do that.
What?
We always have that weird skeleton boat thing we could call to
Ooh.
escape.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
Having never been to any other planes of existence, Erevar's a little.
You guys are like, yeah,
I was like, me and her.
we,
would be like,
we
yeah,
could just
whatever.
go to another plane of existence. They can't find us there. All the normal
Nice to
races
meet you.
are like, what? That's an option?
I'd be down. Ooh, really?
You've already been to one.
Oh, I actually do get to start with inspiration this time because I got inspiration at the end of the last one and
Oh.
it said for next. Do you remember that? I don't
Yep,
remember what it was for.
I do remember giving it to you for next time, and I don't remember what it was.
My journal was last second, but does it count too?
Yes,
Nope.
I already gave you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I already put it on you.
Shit on me, Bobby.
Don't you put that evil on me?
I think it was probably for the pencil thing or something.
don't
The
know.
pencil incident. Please don't.
Just
Just kidding, do it.
Did you see how many variations?
Do you
there were?
want flip or clap?
Clap.
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 Yeah.
Oh wow, you just pop it on. It's really good with the music.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen it with the music.
That wouldn't play for me. When I was
Yeah, because they don't. It didn't allow embedding. So it only works if you're on like a PC or something else. It's weird.
So I was presuming that like it probably needed to be like.
I don't know if it'll actually come up on this. If it does, I'll share it to the stream. Where's the Cardinal Bond? Up.
Mitch here. Oh, I have inspiration, Wolfmaster. You just give me inspiration.
Hey, that's a new addition.
Oh, does it count?
There it is. I was playing that. I was playing
Oh
that
my
song
god,
on loop,
it's so
just in the
good.
background of my computer, while I'm doing my writing and stuff.
I don't know if I can.
Quality streaming.
Let's see if I can get it.
You just need to turn that into a 10-hour YouTube loop.
The thing is, that song is a couple hours long.
Yeah, it went forever. I mean, it's just the same beat. It does change eventually.
Okay, let's. Ooh.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to put it on stream.
I want pencil.
I don't think I don't know if it will.
I like this weird, like, 3-finger thing if you're...
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
throw a sign.
I do not know if this will come through for you guys.
Actually, it looks like this.
Oh, okay.
Wolfmaster gave me inspiration.
Is it coming through?
Nice.
Well, because you can still hear it on there, so how would
Yeah, it's up in the top left.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely coming through on there.
Is that coming through?
Sounds going out of there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
It sounds like it might be coming through the microphone, though.
No, it's the source. Yeah, it's coming through the browser source I put up.
Wolfmaster gave me inspiration. I already have it. Do I get your edition for that?
No.
Since he wasted his money?
No, but...
You would just get inspiration back when you used yours.
Yep.
I know your edition.
Oh, okay.
You gotta earn that shit.
You have to earn that shit. And they give inspiration not for really to hold. They give it as rolls happen. That's how I'm running it. And they can call it in advance. It just... The advance of a
have
roll.
to with like the 10-second delay.
Yeah.
Like 5,700.
Okay. So, you have joined the table. Hello.
Sorry about that. It was very bloody and dirty. Rat shat on me. It's awful. Thank you so much for coming and getting me the hell out of there. I'm pretty sure they were going to kill me.
Why were they going to kill you?
I don't know. They're some sort of... They're part of this death cult. I don't... Why were you there? If you weren't there to get... Because I've worked with bondsmen before. I thought for sure that you were there specifically to save me, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So
We're asking the questions right now.
Did you recognize us as bondsmen?
Yes.
I thought they mentioned it.
You did
I
mention that you're
believe
from
we
the
mentioned it.
Cardinal Bond,
Okay,
and he
sure.
he
You knew what that meant.
Yeah, he knew what that meant.
Because he's been in Baldur's Gate for a while.
Well, actually, the Cardinal Bond Mercenary Company started in a game that I made with him, and he hired the Cardinal Bond for an expedition.
Gotcha.
His character did.
I don't know what affiliation that whoever those bastard twins were and their mother. I'm not sure what their involvement is and with all that, but I've been doing a lot of research and seems to be aligning a lot with this with these damn cults that's been around, and they've forced a job on me, and I sort of didn't do it for them, and they've been having it out for me for some time now. I was a bit careless walking by myself. I was on my way to leave Baldur's Gate to Candlekeep. I had some business to conduct there, but didn't work out. So thank you. I should be dead.
What was the job that they wanted you to do?
Oh,
I can't wait for you to explain this.
Well, let me begin with my research. I'm an author. I've been publishing a lot of works. I was trying to find the bridge, the similarities and differences between magic of divine and arcane nature, and I find a lot of that has to seems to be involved. Necromancy kind of brushes along those lines, and I was about to set off in an expedition with your company, although I don't think I've seen any of you in particular. And well, I was coming down to leave off, and then the entire room was full of these culty-looking fellows, and they handed me this bizarre curse black scroll which they wished me to deliver to a very confused priest or something, and over these crypts not too far out of Waterdeep. And I thought it was a pretty bad idea. It was just reeking with foul magics. It's a lot to do with. Are you learned, folks? Are you familiar with the name Velsharoon?
I feel like I've heard that.
Well, you have,
Yeah.
but not this
I was
character.
gonna say, yeah.
Does anyone have religion?
No, I'm kind of agnostic.
Highly doubt it.
Well,
Hold on. Let's see. No. Does anyone have Arcana?
I mean, yeah.
+1.
I mean, do you actually have it as a skill?
I'm proficient in it.
You're proficient in it?
Yeah.
Roll it.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's really hard. It's going to be a difficult roll for you because it's an off skill and you're not from this plane. But it does have to do with things about the planes. So
22.
Wow, that's pretty good. You think that he is a god of some type of now that you're hearing it, probably a god of necromancy or something like that.
Velsharoon is, right?
Yeah.
Not this guy.
Not this guy, Velsharoon.
It's like
yeah. I have many talents.
Clearly no, he's
Fenchurch
no
is the
guy.
god of necromancy.
Yeah. So
Finchurch,
It's a
the
thankless
god of
job.
necromancy.
they said I'd
so-
never make them.
Do you, before he goes on with his,
I'll skinny that to the rest of the group.
so he seems to know something of it. He's heard the name before.
Oh, good. You're familiar. Well, they're terrible people. Most of my troubles with them, I've been adventuring about the Sword Coast for some time. Just continue my research. Most of my funding was out of Waterdeep, but I've done a lot of my work here in Baldur's Gate, and so I came here to just sort of reassess my assets and see how I'm going to continue my research with all this. I'm basically been made broke from the whole operations. But I thought most of that trouble was going to be left for me to come and eventually deal with in Waterdeep, but apparently they've followed me here to Baldur's Gate, and here we are.
Do you still have the Black Scroll?
No, I gave it to a trusted colleague. Safekeeping, an All-Might up north.
That's right, the music is really intense for this conversation.
It's a weird playlist, and it's gone in a direction I didn't foresee.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that was the job that the Janeth family wanted you to do?
No, I had no affiliation. I didn't even know their names until I started seeing some of their notes and letters after you freed me. I don't know this family at all. That's why I'm kind of sort of curious. What's? Oh, I suppose it's none of my business.
So you went to Waterdeep with this Black Scroll, decided not to give it to them, put it away.
So, for the sake of just clarity and getting through this,
yeah.
he was in Waterdeep. He was hired to do a job investigating a cult of Velsharoon.
Okay.
He was a adherent of Merkel went to him, gave him the scroll, and told him to pass that on to the people of Velsharoon. And when he encountered people of Velsharoon, he did not pass on the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
So folks of Merkel are now after him, so to speak.
Folks of Merkel.
Folks of Merkel.
Merkel.
Adherents,
Yeah.
Folks of Merkel. That's a band name right there.
Are you collecting band names?
We had some pretty good ones in there somewhere.
I mean, I think most of our notes at this point are probably just band names.
There's a score here. Is this our...
So douche jar.
That's the douche
Douche
jar.
jar.
Oh, that's right. That's why I'm winning.
Dragon.
That's why you're winning. Oh, inspiration. Then you have erudition.
There's been a great deal of trouble I've been getting in with them, but that's what kicked it off, and I reckon that they're still a bit miffed about that.
Oh yeah, I guess I should have rolled that, shouldn't I? Yes, she knows who Velsharoon is.
20?
Right.
No, I think it just... Is this the first erudition you've ever had?
No, not at all.
Because it starts full,
It's
and I have to take all the
oh.
points away.
I do refer to Velsharoon, when I'm talking about Velsharoon, I do refer as a she.
Good for you. You, according to me, have 6.
Okay, that makes more sense. So this will be 7.
So this will be 7. Inspiration for that little detail.
Hey! Yeah, I'm trying to think of that's really why I was there. Because
Merkel has it out for you.
Yeah,
Because you didn't pass a letter on for
pissed them
them.
off. Yeah, dig a little too deep into their workings, and not doing what they tell me to do. But seemed like a bit hazardous to get involved in that sort of business. You know what I mean?
Well, best of luck.
Thank you. I don't have any money to pay you for your rescue. I understand how the bondsmen work.
Then you can earn it off.
Anyway. Oh.
There's Aerobar.
I'm really good at dishes. Just a wave of my hand.
I mean,
kind of true.
we cook any of our own food, do we? We just
Just
eat out.
eat the faded sign.
Yeah.
Do you have a captain, someone who hired you? I would like to speak with them.
Britra is our contact with the bond.
Who?
Britra.
Ice Pick.
Ice Pick, damn it. I was like, it's a pick something.
Britra.
Britra Ice Pick. She is their foreman.
Do I know that
Nope.
name?
I think I've asked. Have you guys ever watched Flight of the Conchords?
Yeah.
Is that Barbara? She didn't say her name was Barbara. It's Barbara. I'm pretty sure it was Barbara. That's not her name. Her name was Barbara.
Barbara.
And they meet her later, and she's like, "That's Barbara." And they're like, "God damn it, it's Barbara."
Yeah.
Barbara. No, I'm pretty sure it was Barbara.
There's no such name as Barbara. That's one of their dumber songs, but it's pretty good.
The whole group's
So
good.
that's their foreman, but you've never heard or met her. You've really only dealt with the one crew,
Yeah.
but they were in with you for a long haul, though.
Yeah, they were.
Maybe you should speak with our other contact in town, Ariel. No,
Aria.
Aria. Yeah, Aria.
You
I can remember.
joking?
What are you talking about?
Oh, he's not joking.
No, he's not.
Okay.
He just threw that name out there.
Aria?
Oops.
Aria.
Aria, do you say her last name? Do you even remember her last name?
Clearly not.
Okay.
Aria, nice chest.
No, nice chest. Boobs make to be fed.
Douche jar.
Sounds like
How's that?
That's a copper for him though, and he's still got like no money.
It's okay, I'll start a tab where this line starts is what you
I just
owe.
saw some money. Actually, I got like 8 gold in the last, something or other. Alright.
Sure you didn't.
You had 7 copper to your name.
You got some
That's
gold
right.
or
Now I have I wrote it down that I'd gotten gold, but we hadn't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, you have. It's not gold. You stole stuff from the manor that can be turned into gold by selling it to people.
Well, I appreciate you being forthcoming with it. Obviously, I don't have anything I can give to you all specifically, but if I can get in touch with your handlers, I can. I have
really didn't catch this yet.
I have assets. I can make sure that you are properly compensated for your troubles.
You got some scratch marks?
Is that from a cat or is that from?
I just did it on accident.
Oh.
It ain't from this pussy.
Damn.
Sorry.
Okay.
100% that bitch. I just love it so much. Pretty much as if summoned by some type of fate magic, there's a voice in your head.
My head?
Yes, your head.
It's Maeve.
It's Aria.
It's Aria.
Yes. It says to you,
Fuck told my name.
it's like, I don't presume the outcome of your venture, but should we conclude business tonight or tomorrow?
I would say tonight.
Ah, then I'm outside.
Alright, we'll come inside.
It's locked.
Wait, where are we?
You're at the fated
Oh,
side.
the fated side.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not coming to the door. You open it.
Let you arrested.
I mean, she could probably get in.
I would say Aria's at the door.
Oh,
And
That's helpful.
and a gentleman would open it.
You pull your arms out and reach over.
No. I'll go open the damn door.
Or you can tell the attendant
I'll
to
stay
open the
there.
door.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll go open the door. A woman walks in. If you didn't know any better, you would say this woman is royalty. And not just nobility, royalty. She is dressed to the nines in a gown,
I did not. write her last name.
jewelry on her. She has brown hair, perfect features, because she was just at that gala. There seems to be some magical effects about her, probably due to the beautify cantrip. So there are some aromas, perfumes that are coming off of her, and also her jewelry really shines. It catches all the light.
I gotcha.
And she walks in. The only thing is, like, she's in this ball gown, basically, but she does have her satchel that she normally carries. And it's the only thing that looks off from her. But it is a bluish, kind of blue-gray leather satchel. And she steps in and says, "Ah, excellent. You are new. Hi, I am Arya Vizier."
Hello,
Vizier, damn it. I didn't write it down. I wrote Arya right from the beginning. I wrote her name down like 3 times in a single page, and I was like, "Oh, bitch, I read it."
Give a very courtly kind of like, greeting. Like, Eustace Fenchurch at your service, Sam.
Ooh. Oh, nope. Okay.
Damn.
He has never heard of you.
I'm not famous enough.
What's that fable?
Yeah.
You're not really that famous.
Yeah.
Like, shut up, kid.
Stop calling me chicken kicker.
She's like,
Chicken
is it?
chaser.
She's like, is it permissible to speak business in this company? She kind of looks at you.
I think so.
So she sits down. She kind of waves her hand, and a chair from another table pulls itself over, and she sits down.
Oh.
She's Merlin from Sword in the Stone.
So obviously we'd give her the lowdown on what happened and who this guy is and how we don't really know him, but that's where we found him.
It's so weird to skinny to an NPC.
Yep.
Skinny
Well,
the
once you
works to the GM.
once you skinny her on what you did and finding him, she wants to know all the stuff you just told them about why you were down there. So
I give it freely.
a bunch of skinnies.
Yeah.
Do you mention the rings? The rings in the book. That's the evidence that you got.
So we have 2 rings.
We have 2 rings and the book that's the flesh golem leathercraft in Isavala's hand.
Is the book enough evidence to get us the money?
Oh, I was gonna say we could probably do both. We could do 1 ring in the book.
The ring would be guaranteed. The book would be a harder sell.
So that's where I would incant tell you that we should keep one of these rings because it'll come in use later, I bet.
Okay, I agree.
Okay. But she's not necessarily going to take anything that you tell her about. I'm just saying, what you give her is up to you.
Well, I'm not saying we're not really negotiating with her. I'm just explaining to her, as an aside, hey, we've got these 2 rings. We need to keep
We'll just say we have a ring and a book and this guy.
Okay.
And this guy.
And this guy.
Hello.
Oh.
They've been, I'm just kind of catching what this report that I'll offer, their progress they were making on this golem armor. And it's matrices and all that.
Huh.
She seems like she understands the arcane.
Yes. So she will ask to see the book first, because you guys have piqued her curiosity on that fact that they were slicing up a flesh golem for some reason.
A very specific reason.
Tell her to speak the words clearly and correctly when you're reading this.
Next try. Did you say the words? Yeah, I said most of the words.
Mostly.
So do you let her see the book?
I don't think I have it, do I?
I don't think we ever talked about who had it.
Sure. Do you want to give it to her?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give it to her then. Yeah.
Okay. So she floats it over to her, starts paging through it. Studies it for a little bit. She's like, this is certainly in Isabella's hand. I would know that handwriting anywhere. Though incrimination, it would be a bit difficult to tie this to their, to the worship. At least it would tie her to necromantic arts. But this book has other value to me. So this will be extra if you want to give it to me.
I'm trying to get rid of it.
Do you mention anything about it? Because you wanted to copy it.
The book?
Yeah.
What was significant about that book? I thought it was just a journal.
The book is the plans
for the
flesh golem armor.
Right. Well, I owe them. I'm not going to be like, actually, I want that book. I will say, I'll cut in and offer to say, and just as I told them, I don't have any means right now of repaying. But if you're interested, I know a great deal about the works they were doing, and then I can help extrapolate and copy translates some of its workings. If it's any of use to the bondsman, I am familiar with the work that your company does. If that's of any value to you, I'm just grateful for being rescued, and if there's any way I could help, I'll freely give it.
Quite much. She's like, I'll keep that in mind. I mean, it's always... I am an accomplished arcanist, but another extra set of eyes and expertise in other fields are always valuable to me.
Good.
So show her the ring.
And she floats it over, looks at the bottom. She's like, indeed, this is exactly what I would need. It is a shame, though, that you had to kill the twins.
Well, in our defense...
Well, exactly. In your defense, you did such. I do not hold that against you. I was not in that basement.
Also, Lord didn't even realize it until they were already
dead.
sure, and then I was like, what?
But blackmail is definitely, blackmail makes enemies, but it's a part of doing business in the upper city. Murdering someone's daughters and then blackmailing them with their jewelry, that creates adversaries.
I'll just tell him Fincher did it.
But I do think I can work with this. So I do think I can work with this, though. Wait, there was 2 twins. Was there only 1 ring?
There was only one that we thought to look for.
You didn't check the hand of the other?
Well, I shouldn't say that we thought to look for, but we didn't search around for long.
I know I was in a hurry to leave.
I would straight up be like, we're gonna keep the other one. Like that, it wasn't like you say we're free to loot if we get you what you need. So we're keeping.
Do you tell her that?
I mean,
okay. She's like, oh, I mean, I only need the one.
Yeah.
I would be very cautious with that, though. The patriarchs here are no strangers to kidnappings and ransoms. So many times things like this are called dowsing keys. They're made familiar to diviners that will be able to locate them should they go missing.
Sir, do I have a means of checking that, actually? With the tech magic identify and all that? I need a pearl.
It is, you'll know that for divination magic, to locate object, it does not have to be magical.
Right,
yeah. Make more sense.
he's saying basically someone could track it.
Yes.
I was hoping to use it.
She's not saying that is the case with this. She's saying that nobles are known to do that, especially with things that are personal to individual nobles. And for things, whoa, I just got really lightheaded. And for things that are very valuable to them, like a signet ring that could be used to forge documents, they may have.
Was forging keys,
but
entrance and exit.
you also know that.
Hey, Ranger Paul King.
Hello.
Hey, Ranger Paul King. You also know that you have a bag of holding.
I do.
That is an extra dimensional space.
Extra dimensional space, yeah. I'll
Why don't you let me hold your bag of holding?
Oh, did you give me the ring? Because you put it in my pocket. Wait, who's got the ring now? The pantomime me got kind of confusing.
I made you think I put it in your pocket.
But yes, you can bring that up.
I will. If that's a concern, I'm a bit stranded here for a bit. I've suddenly lost my funds to go to Candlekeep.
Honestly, I think if we're going to be operating in Baldur's Gate for any length of time, that it might be useful, at least temporarily. I have forgery documents, or forging tools, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have a forgery kit.
I do.
You don't have proficiency in it, but it'll allow you to make the roll, which isn't terrible.
Also having the forgery, wouldn't that give us kind of a bonus or advantage?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And also you could do other things like what he did, which is pass as a noble in certain fields, especially with Maeve's ability to disguise herself to look like anyone.
It's a medieval authentication key,
Authentication.
Writing a D&D campaign is such a drag.
Yeah, it is.
It's so good.
Are you doing like a cross dressing D&D?
That RuPaul's Drag Race D&D.
Yeah. It could work.
Right, I'm writing that idea down.
Yeah.
Trademark.
Well, I've thought about it ever since we played Shadowrun, because Key was kind of
Androgynous.
on the fashion side of things.
Yeah.
Really,
As a good character.
So Eustace, this new wizard dude, says that he can hide this basically from divination magics.
If you're worried about it immediately, because I'm sure that's Isabella woman. She was there frequently. She might be aware right now and could be looking for it right now. I'm just saying I could put it in here. I promise I'll pull it out when you need it. Just in case if you're worried about it now, set the bag down.
Do you put the ring in the bag?
Oh, did you? You actually did hand me the ring?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Another dimension.
Very clever. That should do nicely. All right. On to the matter of payment then. She reaches into her bag and she pulls out pretty much like this, a little chest. And then she goes and puts it on the ground and steps back and it turns into a really big chest. She waves a hand over top of it. If you're identifying spells, do so now.
I don't know if you ever saw the old 90s Mario Brothers cartoon.
Not this time.
Okay. So
And the whole cartoon was animated Mario and Luigi. On Fridays they did a Zelda one, and they explain how Link can hold all that stuff. And basically he had a pack, and he would hold the items next to the pack, and they would shrink, and then he would drop them into the pack. That was the
So you
cartoon
pull out a little-
explanation, yeah.
Yep. So she opens that chest, and you see all kinds of stuff in it. You actually see racks of gold coins and papers and documents and all this kind of stuff just on the top of it. But she pulls out a couple racks and counts out 800 gold. So that's the full amount for getting the evidence. She stacks that all up and counts it. She stacks and moves money meticulously, like it's her job, like an accountant or banker. She puts that all out there, and then she grabs 200 more, and she's like, for the book, and for the book and your troubles, is this adequate?
Can I persuade for more?
I mean, you already negotiated at the beginning to get
that's
more.
right, we did negotiate, yes, we already did.
You went from 400, 600 to 600, 800, and now you're getting 1,000.
Yeah.
Nice. This is generous. Thank you.
She's like,
All your nice contacts.
she takes the cases, puts them back in the chest, puts the chest back down, waves her hand over it. It shrinks back down. She takes that and puts it in her bag.
How peculiar.
And then she's like, I will visit the office in the morning and complete the formalities with your foreman. Is there anything else you would have of me while I am here?
I happen to have a spare pair of clothes for this naked dude that's a...
No, he's got his clothes.
I'm just joking. You get your equipment back. I can't think of anything we need from her at the moment. We don't need anything identified that we found or anything like that, so there's nothing that we don't have any...
Did you take the daggers, by the way?
No.
Okay.
Which is silly.
I wrote down a long dagger.
Okay.
Oh, you did.
Then you took one?
Yeah.
Is it magical?
I don't know yet.
Should we ask her about our concerns about the fact that we could be known to be probably the perpetrators of this? And
We don't think that happened though. We got in and got out without being seen.
No, you left 2 murdered people, and you absolutely were seen when the twins first encountered you.
Yeah, that's right.
that's what he was talking about earlier.
Yeah, those 2 twins encountered you,
No, I remember.
contested
I
you,
remember it very well.
murdered you, and
Pretty easily too.
those 2 twins. I don't think that's necessary. I think you can just say those twins.
If you want to say, if you want to ask her about it, go for it.
She's like, I would... Isabella, her ruthlessness in the courts notwithstanding, now her 2 only children, and as a widower, you have certainly made an enemy. I would...
You can always make more kids.
Well, she's a widower. She doesn't have her husband anymore. She could go find another one probably, but yeah, she's like, I would lay low, and if you have any work opportunities coming up that get you outside of the city, I would certainly give those thought.
You got any jobs for us outside
I was
the
going to
city?
say to you...
Well, we could talk to Bridger about that.
She's like, I may have one if you're interested. It's not immediate though, so it'll be coming up.
I'm not to press my luck, but I am in need of a bit of
on button on it.
I'm in need of a bit of laying low and having some means of income as well. Is there somebody I'm not a bondsman, but oh, thank you. But is there someone I could speak to in your office for possible work that I could possibly
In my
need?
office.
We were talking about the bond.
Your
She's not a
office.
bondsman.
Oh,
She's actually, you don't know. So she's,
Yeah.
she was a contact we got through a contact of mine in a shadier bar kind of place. So she's kind of our Arcana person. She does our,
my apologies.
she does our identifying and some investigation for us and that sort of thing. She brought this job to us.
Yeah, she hired the bondsman.
Okay.
You
She's
got
the boss
lucky.
right
Yeah,
now.
you just happen to be in the right place right
Right.
time to get kind of struck over. But you can definitely come to the Cardinal Bond with us. We're always looking for, or they're always looking for adventures.
Yep, they are absolutely trying to expand. So if you need some money and are in a dire need,
Yes, I think I should visit that tomorrow. Is there rooms in this place? Is this an actual inn? Do they go on credit?
No, but we have rooms. We have 2 rooms, don't we? Yeah.
yep, you have a room that Maeve and Lord of use, and a room that you and Jorgrai use.
I guess you're with the fellas.
Oh, thank you.
There's a lot of floor space.
There's actually 2 beds, and he doesn't use one.
That would just be the meanest.
Yeah.
We walk in.
You just walk in. There's a
This is
bed
my
just sitting
bed,
there.
you can sleep on the
You
floor,
just stand at the window, and you're
wake
like,
up
you can sit on
he's
the
still
floor.
just standing. He's like, son of a bitch, man.
It's like it's still better than the chain dungeon thing you're just locked up in. Just saying.
Yeah, no,
it's true.
definitely no complaints from Eustace here.
Okay. So if you have nothing else to say or discuss with Arya, she will take her leave.
Bye.
Bye. Yep, she turns and gracefully exits out into the mist.
Pleasure to meet you.
Out of all your friends sitting at the table, who's most likely to be the Dark Lord?
That's a rough call.
Right.
Can't be. That's not me.
I was like, really too much.
Yeah,
I'm too happy.
I'm looking at you too. Mitch, I think would really get into it, but I think Robert could pull it off with more style and panache. I think you've thought about some evil schemes in your time,
There's a few evil schemes for fun, you know.
especially like if you're talking about making a Dark Lord. People that have DM'd more are probably better at it
More
because
God.
they have made them.
More God. Yeah. Neutral evil is the smartest evil alignment.
Yeah. Evil for themselves. Yeah. So she has left your life for now. Sorry about that.
It's like, oh.
Please God.
So I think that we should get the biggest cut of the 1,000 because you spent most, if not like 25% of that adventure dead. So.
So
I'm just listening like, what?
Yeah, but
I love how you're like, not only do we
I
rob
paid
this
for
money,
it. Like I paid for it.
we're gonna.
Did you though?
Yeah.
With all of his money.
And my life.
Is that enough though?
Is it enough? Is it?
I gave you guys the option. You were like, "No, we're gonna bring it back." I was like, "You don't have to."
Alright, so we each get 250.
I'm not arguing.
If we're not cutting
Yeah.
him in.
Maeve-
So
so
I would
No, I
refuse
don't.
it.
That's what I'm kind of
Maeve can't. That's like, should we give some to him? I don't think we would have made it out of there without that slow spell.
Oh, I couldn't possibly.
You didn't hear any of that.
Oh, okay.
That was in camp.
Ah. What are you saying?
Right? They're just having a conversation about what to eat tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell they're saying either.
You can if you want.
I know.
You're right there.
Am I at 10?
You're at 10. You can hit that button.
What, 10?
He has 10 erudition. He can learn cant right now.
That's cool.
Hold on.
Okay.
So this is the discussion between you three. So
Oh.
that's what she says. Do you think we should give him something? I mean, that slow spell.
True, but this is that difficult part where like we saved him and then he helped us get out.
I'll buy him dinner.
Hmm?
I'll buy him dinner. And drinks for the night.
I'm just getting back on my feet, so I'll ping you a couple of gold. What? 5 gold's pretty good, right?
So you guys each take 250, and Maeve takes 15 of hers, and she hands it to you.
I couldn't possibly. You saved my life.
So
Stupid ass.
what?
Just kidding. Love you, Maeve. Love you, girl.
So you made the 20 gold right now.
Yeah. Well, you have 20 gold sitting in front of you, and Maeve says, like, we have dealt with those twins before, and it didn't turn out well for us. If it wasn't for your well-placed spell, I don't think we would have finished them, and they'd still be out there after us.
Well, let me get you. I could.
No, don't buy us anything here. We're bondsmen.
I mean, plus you still kind of owe us for saving you.
I do.
So
I'll put this to good use then. Thank you. I am. They did leave me completely broken. That's not a position I'm terribly used to. If there's anything you found that you suspect of positive magical nature, I can find out for you.
Well, you have it.
well,
I don't know what you have.
yeah, he's talking about just he can identify items.
Oh.
I don't have a pearl.
You
but I
don't.
can find out if I can find out if it's magical.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I found the notes about where you got that the diamond from. Because remember, we couldn't find. We couldn't remember the jewelry store you went to and the name of that jeweler. I found it, and it was exactly where I would have placed it, because it's where it goes in my notes. But for some reason, I didn't think I put it there, so I didn't look there. It was the Tacit Facet, and it was Jivan Etch was the Drow jeweler enchanter that ran it.
So everybody was giving Fenchurch 40 gold if you wanted to.
You are the rogue.
Did you get some of that whiskey?
Yeah, confirmed with Eric that it was okay to.
Oh, which one?
Some of his.
His was he didn't get the apple cinnamon.
I was like, hey, may I
some vodka too, right?
I was like, may I partake in some of your whiskey? And he said,
Yeah, if you want.
I can still do a run because I might go to the office separately or something like that and work. I'm gonna have to go through my spell book and stuff like that. If you want me to make a run,
What do you feel like?
Either way, it doesn't matter.
I mean, how fast can you do that run?
I could be so fast.
Well, it was like the time we took our break and I went and got Heineken and came back.
And he was like
AMP, and
so
it was
fast.
I came back in, he's like, what the fuck? What?
Oh yeah, I heard for that AMP. That's right down there.
It's
Yeah.
like just drive
I don't know
right.
if they have.
So what was the
white
sleeper
color,
on
that's
my
not
back?
important.
No, they
Is that what we want?
they had a conversation which you have gotten now is in their language, and then you divvied up the money, so you got 250 gold of your 1,000, and then Maeve gave him 15 as thanks for
gave him
cast the spell,
5.
and he gave him 5.
Lord
didn't give them anything.
And yeah, I feel gross even accepting it, but I will.
I can give you Canadian money.
Yeah, could you? Yeah, I'm gonna think. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go, but before I sleep, I just want to see if I want to detect magic on that dagger, and if it's possible. So I have mirror image in my head.
Yeah.
Do I need to buy materials to copy that? I have like a month to do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I not give you materials to start out with? I don't.
Your equipment should have a material bag in it if you would.
Well, no, he has components, and I specifically gave him certain components.
You mentioned I have materials for my owl.
For the Flying Familiar, but I didn't give you spell copying components.
I don't think you did.
Okay. You're going to have some.
Okay.
Because you just carry, you're copying spells all the time, so you're going to have a pouch of it somewhere.
Okay.
Like, I'll figure out how much.
Sure.
You're half price on all spells?
Maybe.
Or
half time?
Half time.
Oh, wow. That's pretty dope.
He is a field researcher wizard, so he's of the School of Discovery. Mm-hmm. His entire thing is to go out in the world, observe magical phenomenon, and reverse engineer it into spells. So he is all about making spells. Like, he could see a displacer beast and figure out spells from that effect that it does. And things like that.
As long as it has to be a specific wizard spell, though?
Correct. You can identify spells from other types.
Right, but I can't copy it. Okay, that makes sense. Lower cost.
Alright, I'll look it up if you want to just head out. And I'll add it to your character. Alright.
I already get the IPAs at Metro the Lights.
Don't do that.
Actually, it's not so bad anymore. I can do it.
Wasn't it Kaylin though that one time?
No, that was ridiculous. Anything but
she got mad at me. I was like, hey, just whatever you want. I gave her a $50 bill. I was like, whatever you want, whatever you like, it's fine. I just don't want IPA. Please don't give me IPA. She's leaving. I was like, anything but IPA. She came back and I was like, it's fucking IPA.
First of all, that's not what you fucking said.
That is literally what
he said it like multiple
I said it, and he said it.
No.
I'm pretty sure we have this on video somewhere.
We should, actually.
First of all,
that would be on the Dragonborn campaign because she hadn't joined yet. She was still
watching
and coming in from the
what
side.
do you expect when half the time I'm a few drinks in, would hit my pen a few times, and you keep yelling IPA at
It was funny.
Well, I
thought it was hilarious.
You admitted it later. Like, that's probably, you said it. I said it like 3 or 4 times. That's probably why I remembered IPAs then.
If you would have said lagers 3 or 4 times, I'd have gotten that.
I was still blonde back then.
Excuses.
It's like that was so long ago.
You know, me and Dayton have been.
What?
We're like 4 months away from being married for a year. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, June, right?
Mm-hmm.
June.
Was it the 16th or the 6th?
The 11th.
Yeah, 11th.
Alright, so you have a couple drinks. The kitchen isn't open. Everything's closed down. So you gonna just hang out, or are you gonna go to bed?
Unless you want to gamble a little, there's not much going on right now.
There's steeples on high.
Can 3 people play steeples, or is it only a 2-person game?
We tie?
Yeah.
You can do 3 people steeple. You guys you were throwing steeples in the Dark Sun game to determine who did things amongst the entire group. And then you made Broll do it anyway.
Okay.
Poor Broll.
Fucking Broll. We were ripping that dude off. That was a team effort too. There wasn't even a rogue in that group. We were all just like, well, Broll doesn't need anything. But you and I both, you made water, and I only needed like a third water. So we were paying him
and he needed like
double water,
quadruple water.
So
you were paying him in water, which really is all the half giant needs.
And also, I could make water in that game.
Yeah, that's
good.
Like you're just making it for him.
Like a third of what normal water.
Were you the only one that saw me do it in the cave and
I kept it in mind. We were being mean in that game. All of us were trying to blackmail each other, and we ate those magic mushrooms at one point.
Oh no! You went into that cave, and
that's right.
And that creature just starts
bug or whatever it is,
and you get more and more on the acid trip, so it can eat you. And Broll, 2 of you walked outside, so you missed one of the the passes.
Mm-hmm.
The other two people were fucking gone because no one can make a saving
It
throw.
was Mark and Brawl. Were
And then
just
Brawl,
fucked.
and then no, Braul's the only one that
Oh, that's right.
made.
Brawl came out of it.
And he didn't know what to do because he's like, none of you guys were reacting to the thing adversarially when it finally came down. And he's like, guys, like, what should we do with this? And you're like, wee, let it hug me.
At least we weren't like hurting each other because it was when I got charmed and Rofrost had my scale in his hand. I got ready to break his hand off.
And when he turned to stone, when he got
Yeah.
petrified. Oh, fun stuff.
Anyway.
All right, so you guys all retire. You guys are in the room with Finchurch. Wow, you and Maeve are in your room.
I'm gonna sleep like the undead.
Yeah, well, I mean, you kind of are.
Yeah. They have become undead.
As the night comes to a close, the camera goes in on Erevar. He lifts up the sheet and his flesh is slowly rotting, and he realizes he's turning back into the dead.
I have some gnarly chest scars now, is what I have. Some scary thimbles.
Oh yeah,
I
you have
rolling
the.
yesterday at 290. I don't believe you. No, I'm just kidding. My brother bowls pretty high like that too.
So you're one
irritating.
strike away.
One strike away.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
And did you get it? Like, did you get the strike at the end in extra points, like extra frames, to make that up, or did you actually just roll the 290?
Well, to get a 290, you would need all but. Yeah, he would have had to have just missed his last frame.
Well, a frame.
Yeah, I had a spare and then hit 11. Yeah, that spare fucks you up. It's one frame. That was it.
But you have the teardrops of bale
Mhm.
carved into your chest.
That'll probably get us into a gate somewhere later.
That'll get you out of trouble when you're like the Dead 3 cult.
Help? They're like,
Yeah.
oh no.
The Dead 3 cult captures you and like, what do we do with them? And you're like, dudes, I'm one of you. And they're like, oh. We got this ring. It's got the symbol in it.
Mhm. Just burn it into our arms.
So are we discussing in our rooms like what the next plan of action is, or are we just going to the next morning?
I'm going to bed, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, I only need
you can
4
talk to
hours.
Finchurch if he was here, but he's apparently asleep.
Yeah, Finchurch goes right to sleep like he hasn't had a good night's rest in a couple days, and he also wants to get all of his spells back. So I can do that for him. Everyone gets their long rest, so everyone can. Yeah, you really gave yourself one there.
What's that?
I just scratched my neck pretty bad.
Oh, right here now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Everyone can do their long rest to reset everything.
Oh, damn it. I was like, hey, where's my ring of evasion? That was the price of hauling my ass out.
That and all your gold.
Yep.
Lord and Savior Ace with the gold 6-month subscriber.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. You still have your first, your
Yeah, I didn't
founder's
change mine yet
badge.
either.
I know.
I'm not currently subscribed, apparently, so.
You can change that. I don't know if, like we talked about that.
How do you change it?
You have to go into your Twitch security settings, and it's all the way at the bottom. You can change it to not use the founder's badge.
Show me where I can resubscribe.
On iPhone, you're gonna need to go to the browser
I'm in the
Twitch.
browser right
Okay.
now.
Hit the little AA up in the top where the URL is,
Yeah.
and request desktop site, and then go to our stream.
I gotta log in first.
The next morning comes,
You.
and then you clean it up and go on with your day.
Stupid.
You wake up, nothing has occurred. You two were pretty much on watch all night, as you usually are, you silly elves. Is that a Dorito? That's fucking awesome.
What's a Dorito? What?
How did you get a Dorito? What What Twitch do you follow that has a Dorito emoji?
Our channel is literally the only channel I follow.
Where did you get that then?
Where'd you get that? I brought it from home, boys. Put it right into my keyboard.
Oh my god. In addition to added security measure, please enter your 6-digit code that we sent to your fucking email.
To your email or your phone?
Like email. Now I gotta figure out which of my 3 emails.
I got inspiration for that was like, you know, I'm not proud of all my moments in gaming history, but that was a constant joke in one of our groups, which is the morning comes, you clean it off and go on with your day. Every time we woke up. You head downstairs. There's a little hustle and a bustle down there. The breakfast is being served, and there's a couple other bondsmen in there. Evil, as in the devil.
I see it now.
Finchurch is up in his room studying his spell book, as they need to do. So you guys can all head downstairs together and have a moment, an hour at least probably, without him at the table.
Okay.
Well, there's somebody else named Smooth Wiley that's live right now too.
Ooh. Well, this is Wileyverse. Smooth Wiley. Love the Dorito.
Oh wait, I get to see me first for the first time.
Oh, but you just passed it.
Sorry, they didn't have White Claw.
That's
We
fine.
got Stillas.
Why didn't you get the IPA?
IPA?
No,
Oh, God.
no. Do not engage.
I remember it.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Doritos. So, anything going on at the table with you guys while you're eating?
I don't know, guys. Anything going on? You're out here.
No.
You're studying your spellbook.
Yes. You want some beer? Someone pass that down.
Did you come up?
Also need the...
No?
Is it an open? Is it a...
I'll hop on 2 please.
You never get to see me subscribe.
What?
I subscribe. See, I said mine just never does what it's supposed to do.
Thank you, Robert.
Oh, my pleasure.
You sure you're on the right Wileyverse?
Yeah, then I'm watching Robert pass out beers.
Sweet.
Quality streaming.
Oh well.
Well, say something in channel. Let's see if you have the...
It says I'm subbed. Yeah, let's check with this.
Maybe you don't get it because you let your subscription run out.
Shouldn't be. When I'm subscribed right now, yes.
Sometimes you have to hit the share button in chat after you subscribe.
Some random guy gave me 5-hour energy.
Well, if you just
That's random.
Still,
Sealed.
if you just subscribed, you have to
yeah, I'm doing it right now.
refresh chat or the stream and then
That's what helps with that long ass drive home.
Alright. So anything to discuss down at breakfast?
I think we should discuss a new mission.
Home.
You got your founder badge?
I'm not there.
Yeah, I mean, we could either wait for the mission that Arya talked about or see if Britra has anything.
We should
for us. We
definitely...
should probably just skedaddle.
Yeah, we should definitely throw our hat in for whatever
We do not
bondsman mission we have.
town very long.
We want to have some. We want to have some away time. I think. Dorito, Devil Mitch Dorito, yeah. So yeah, I mean, Finchurch wants to go talk to Britra anyway, and we should go conclude that we are done with the job.
Okay.
So yeah, we should certainly do that.
There was that half second. I'm like, why do we have to talk to Butcher?
You don't? And it doesn't sound like.
No, we got the job through Britra for Arya.
You got the job from Arya through Pritra. She is your foreman.
Sorry.
I mean, I think both ways of saying it are similar. So you head downstairs after studying your spellbook. You can switch spells or do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
I already hit your long rest, so all your stuff is back.
All right.
Reset.
Don't tell me you love me.
Alright, and then you were saying I can change that to the gold Wiley thing by clicking
Going to security.
security.
Right, I had my travel spells
Security.
prepared.
Okay, if you go to security, do you have tab options or is it just one list? Go all the way to the bottom. And does it say default badge?
Oh my goodness, where would I see that?
So,
Attachments, right? Preview.
Before I sleep, I do want to cast Continual Flame on something.
do you have the components for that?
That's one of the things you said I did have.
Okay. So all the way down at the
50 gold.
bottom. Is it?
50 gold's worth of ruby dust I decided to waste for this after saying how broke I was.
What is playing?
And add.
Get out of here. Wow. Sorry, everyone at home. Where the hell am I?
Technical severity info, responsible, keep your login safe. Yeah, I don't see anything here about changing mine. Report vulnerability.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Reticulating splines. Affiliates maybe down here?
This is like a report. It's weird. Do you remember who switched theirs? Someone switched theirs. Do you remember Lord and Savior Ace?
Savior Ace did it.
It's under security, right? Or is it under like preferences?
I don't even see preferences as an option.
Partners, advertise, brand.
Settings maybe under my name? That display name bio, disable my Twitch account.
Jesus, stop it. What the hell?
They saved you a seat in chat.
Account settings, security. Oh, so account setting first. So if you're up here. Oh, is it this? No, that's exactly where I was. Shut up.
Who was that?
It's just whoever's on the front page of Twitch right now.
What if it was us?
I know, right?
How crazy would that be?
Would that not be? Okay, so
We're just like,
your icon up in the top
Yeah.
right, go to account settings.
I don't have account settings in here.
So
I clicked on me. Account settings is not an option. That's what I was saying. I don't see that
You
anywhere.
might have to do it
You
from
scroll
PC
down.
then.
This is the desktop version.
yeah,
Yep, I've gone all the way down. Where? Show me where yours is. Is it in settings?
so you click up here. And just
Oh,
go to
here.
settings.
I did settings. No.
Okay. Security and privacy.
Yeah, this is a lot of.
Yeah. Do you have that option?
Yeah.
And all the way at the bottom.
Hide founder badge.
That's it. We did it, everybody.
God, that was.
Wait,
Yeah.
why do you want to hide it?
Because it'll show the Wiley, the W icon. If you were one of the first 10 people to subscribe, to a channel that just became affiliate, they give you that special founder's badge. Like you can say, I was here at the beginning, but it also hides the cool badges that the channel makes. And if we ever have thousands of viewers and subs, it'd be cool to see the people that had the founders. But
there it is.
I have these cool. Yep, we have these cool these badges I made. I spent a long time making those.
There it is.
Nice.
The W with different colors.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have to
King. Now you do have to make them in 3 sizes, which is annoying. All right. So you got your spells. You're going to cast Continual Flame on what?
Is that a concentration?
No.
Yeah, what do we need for new emotes?
Pretty much I think we need partner.
So all those people from every Twitch channel that we follow that have their own icons, they're all partners?
Yeah.
That's
The ones that have a ton of them.
Yeah.
We have the time now. We have the amount of days in and time. All we need is 100 people in chat at one time type of thing.
So we need 100 people raid Lord and Savior Ace.
Find us, people.
There's this cool thing, and saying it will whatever, but Coca-Cola and some other companies will find an affiliate that's on the cusp of partner and raid it with 1,000 people that all sub.
That's cool.
Right.
Lord and Savior Ace has brought us a couple of raids before, hasn't he?
Who was it that did it last time?
Sippy Tango does it
Sippy Tango.
pretty often.
What Lord and Savior Ace does is when we do... Whoa. What was that?
Nothing.
Bottle cap that went a little crazy.
That was a bottle cap?
No, it was a little 5-hour energy bottle. It had the cap on though. Sorry.
He gifts subs when people come in,
Oh, that's right.
which is fantastic.
How about that long dagger? Is it magic?
Were you doing detect magic?
Mhm.
No.
Are you doing this? Yeah, but no.
Alright. I'll keep it though.
Actually, what is your class? You're a cleric?
He's a wizard.
Wizard.
You're a wizard, Ari.
Why am I wizard?
So, what did you cast Continual Flame on?
Hey, one of the gold coins I got.
I mean, you could do it for the dagger.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I'll do it on the dagger.
Now it's magical.
Yeah.
Sort of. I mean, it has a magical effect.
Does it have a sheath or anything?
Nope.
Oh, okay, I'll just tuck it.
You can just keep it in the bag.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah. I mean,
Dagger of light.
it is fairly distinctive.
Is it? Does it look like it was made for a noble?
No, it looks like it was made for an assassin.
Ah.
An evil assassin.
Are there good assassins?
That depends on your politics, sir.
Right. There are several religions out there, or holy orders, that do have assassins.
Yeah. I think Ogma is one of them.
Okay.
I don't know why they have assassins, but I'm pretty sure they do.
So the path to partner, we need to stream for 25 hours. We're at 22.15, and if we have a Sunday stream this week, you guys are out, right? Or are you here? You two.
We're here.
Okay. And then you're also without child.
Yes.
But I don't do we want to bring him into the Ghosts of the Salt Marsh when he's only every other week?
We could say, since we're trying to just hit that 25 hours, we could just play something.
Yeah, we could play something. We're going to stream on Sunday regardless. We need to stream on 12 different days. We're at 9. And this is within a 30-day period, so we're
set up to do it. We just need more.
1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If we stick to our schedule, we would have it. Because we do 3 days a week. But we have to average have an average of 75 viewers, and we are at 2.6.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We love you, Lord and Savior Ace and Wolfmaster and
If you could
GT.
just clone yourself many times.
I did it.
Nice.
The
So
W boys.
I like how
You got the W boys?
This channel is it's like D&D and it's also Twitch theory.
yeah, it's all, everything theory. I mean, we get distracted easily. Squirrel. Okay.
Is it still nighttime?
No, it is the next day.
Ah.
So you've cast your spells last night before you went to sleep. You passed the fuck out because you haven't had a good night's sleep in 2 days. You wake up in the morning, you study your spell book, you get your spells.
I'm gonna wake up Archibald.
All right, you summon Archibald.
Oh, I didn't think I would see you ever again. How is the Feywild? And I come downstairs with my walking stick, and perched on that walking stick is this little fat green feathered pygmy owl with really long antennae-like feathers coming out of his eyebrows.
This is a fey creature. You've
probably seen these things.
You've seen these things in the Feywild. And he just has one on his walking stick, and it's looking around. And actually, looks at both of you for a longer period of time than anything else in the room. Like, oh,
I know.
Oh.
Nice.
I was just there, and then you brought me back.
Back to this wonderful plane of existence.
I try hard to ignore when someone else is peacocking.
Yeah. And I'm having a little conversation with Archibald, and I just no boundaries. I'm like, oh, that reminds me. So you two you are a Ladrin, right? What brings you to this plane?
We were
It-
on a
it's-
mission here,
looking
and
for
it just
you.
kind of ended here, and we stuck around.
A mission across the plane.
Such
How exciting.
We were coming down here and it was like that.
Did you want to mention the mission, or
I mean, it's a pretty personal question to ask, I suppose.
I mean, you don't have to, but I could remind you of the person.
The noble.
Yeah,
I don't remember his name.
Viscount Dahiros Frostfor.
Yes. That's
Whoa.
the guy.
And Viscount in the Fey courts. Like, he is a
Right.
noble of
Is it
the
count?
he's a noble of the Fey. So they escorted a noble Fey to Baldur's Gate, and then he abandoned them here.
Wow. Are you knights?
No.
Oh.
You are not of the courts.
You're not of the court, sir.
I'm kind of like eating and realizing I don't know. I didn't know any of these things. What?
You have breakfast in front of you.
Are you knights?
Great.
Are they knights?
If there's any little meaty bits, I'll feed some to Archibald.
No.
Yeah. And just because I can't actually see what you look like. You're like a summer,
Yes.
and you're
Spring.
Spring, okay.
So he's got like
Curly hair, rosy cheeks.
he's got dark green hair
I don't know.
with light green skin,
Yeah.
and he has like
green.
lines, all like markings. They're not tattoos. They're just natural markings all over him that are like
Right.
kind of colored. Yeah, and then she has fire red hair that kind of always seems to have a little rustle or wind through it, and golden skin.
Awesome.
And then
What-
her arms come out, and her face is all fire
Oh shit.
when she does that. Not right at the table, but
In the basement.
Yeah, you
That's
saw that.
Oh, that's cool. What does Maeve look like?
Maeve just
Is it human?
She's human. I don't know if you've seen the picture of her on D&D Beyond. Her portrait, but she is a fairly like plain-looking human. Kind of short hair. She normally has a hood on and definitely seems to try to not be noticed.
Gotcha.
Is
If she's so good, we often forget she's there.
which
Oh, she
has
was just,
which has saved some lives.
It was Ayasa. Not Ayasa. It was Ayasa.
No, it was Shawnee.
Shawnee. We played our whole Rifts campaign for almost a solid year. Just Dayton and I. And there'd be so many times where we're like, alright, listen, we can try to climb this wall without making a little bit too much noise. Well, I can get out of my glitter boy and like scout. And he's like, well, let's do this, blah, blah. And he'd be like, one of you can fly. And I'm like, you can fly? He's like, and your glitter boy flies. And he's like, Shawnee. He's like, you have another character with you. Alright.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I'll say some
breakfast.
I'm just kind of curious, and I'll say some things in Elven and ask him like, what kind of dialect do you speak? Like, do you have a different dialect? Blah, blah, blah. Just a very curious kind of.
Elven? Is that what you speak?
They do.
Assuming, because it's a bit racist, I know, but
What is your main? Is Fey your main language, or
I'm pretty sure it's Elven.
Elven.
it's Elven?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
But it is definitely a different dialect than
some
prime material Elvish.
Sylvan effects.
Yeah. Alright, well, that's what
Mordor
they're...
is French elf. French elven. Frelven.
Frelven.
Well,
That's her. I mean, she
Well,
doesn't have the
you
magic
mean?
right now, but
it's just constantly a wreath of fire around her face.
little kind of pouty,
Aladdin.
short brown hair.
Yes.
Definitely a wily character.
Just, it's my.
Oh, I thought you
They're really dry and cracked.
No, I thought it was burned.
No.
I thought you burned it.
Alright,
No, it's small enough. I don't wear gloves when I use cleaning.
so you eat, you discuss, you discuss about each other. You've all learned something about each other, and you guys want to head over to the bondsman office and
Yeah.
wrap this up.
Yeah, as I said, we've done what Arya needs, and we still need money, so let's continue
And
about
we
our
don't want to
relationship.
be in town right now if we can help it.
Exactly.
All right. So you head out of the faded sign and walk right across the street, and now you can see it because it's daytime and the fog has kind of been burned off. But across the street, on a corner of a house, you see this tiny door. It looks like the house just had some extra space left over, so they just kind of made it into a space. It is just a tiny little, almost alleyway of a building, almost like it's part of a building, but it's an alleyway of a section of a building. There's a door, and above the door is the Cardinal Bond sign. And you guys walk in there, and it is super narrow, and it's almost taken up completely, about a third of the way through, with a desk that is piled high with papers, where you see a dwarven woman with a very stern bun of her hair, wearing the traditional bondsman garb uniform. Like she's actually in uniform, sitting behind it, and she like looks up. "Ah, you back? Have you completed mission?"
Yes.
They always forget the rituals worship.
I lost her accent for a while, and then I remember that she's like Russian. Like I kind of she never speaks, but I kind of modeled her after Major Iceborg in The Fifth Element.
Ritual is.
He'll be accompanied by Major Iceborg. I'm not going.
It's funny.
What's wrong?
I like that she never said the word. Her and the other dude, the two people that the colonel brings around, don't speak.
The entire thing. They could pay him less that way.
I know. That movie's one of my favorite movies.
Good one.
So
The bad guy and the good guy never even see each other. Corbin Dallas and Zorg never cross paths.
They
in
don't.
The entire movie. No.
Oh, that's right.
The closest they get is when he
never
gets
noticed that.
he gets off the ship and goes towards where the bomb is in the case, and they get on his ship and fly off. That's the closest they get to meeting.
I have to see that movie again.
yeah, she. It's like, oh, actually, she doesn't ask you. She says, you complete mission. Your employer come by and finish paperwork this morning.
She's also paid. I'm just kidding. She already paid.
Yeah, she already paid you direct. Yeah.
I'm just being a dick.
And that was like,
Decide when you get to put money in the
I'm just feeling
douche.
guilty.
that was your cut, so you don't even know what the bond made off of that.
Yeah, that's true.
It had to be good.
Still owed because he.
I already paid it.
Or,
Took
well,
it
now you
offline.
paid it. Well, because when I marked it, it wasn't.
It wasn't paid yet.
He didn't have
Yep.
money.
And well, who is this?
Oh, I'm here for separate business. They've rescued me, and I'm kind of been looking for work myself. I don't mean to intrude on your business here.
She ruffles through some papers, pulls something out, sets it down. You see it's like a half filled out form of some type, and she just kind of like pulls an ink pen and scratches through a couple of lines, and she's like, "Oh, your name?"
Eustace Fenchurch. I don't know if you have any. I don't think we've met, although I've done business with your company before. I've worked with Malvik Stagrock, Westergrez, Stedos.
Who was the foreman on that one?
The foreman. Useless Fenchurch.
Useless Fenchurch.
Let's see. I know they were hired by Constance, but who was the foreman?
That would
be Istra Summerdown.
Yes, I know Summerdown's office. I train under her.
Oh, do you? Is she still in Waterdeep?
Yes, well, as far as I know.
Right.
Anyway, your it's like your skill set, your trade.
I'm a published author. But
Just staring.
I'm a student of the arcane.
Oh, magic user. Good. Well, this group need magic user, so I assign.
Don't we already have it?
Arcane magic user.
Oh.
She is a divine magic user.
This group.
I mean, it convenient, no?
Well, I don't mean to impose if I am looking for work
I've
though.
never seen any of this stuff. Sorry, I don't mean to distract. I've never seen the desktop because I'm always playing.
Oh yeah. You've seen all the stuff underneath because we have the clothing line.
Yeah.
We have the YouTube channel. We have the Drive-Thru RPG link. Like
so dope.
the timer that shows the next Cardinal Bond episode.
Yeah.
It's cool stuff.
Do
Do you see the overlay?
I see the overlay, but I don't see the us. Like, don't our sheets show up here?
It should, but it might not work.
Oh, is it over here on the left?
Yeah, and you should be able to tap on one.
Yeah. What is this? Oh, God damn it.
Anyway.
Does your work in Baldur's Gate often have run-ins with these cults? I still don't know what exactly your part in this was.
It's happened before.
Interesting. I'm just curious.
What's happening?
That we run into dealing with cults.
And
It's true.
We're actually becoming kind of cultish.
The Huffers, the Architects, now the Dead Three.
Well, if that's that, yes. Do I need to sign anything? Or
Yes, sign here.
is this I'm looking at?
You read the contract.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Is it like for? Am I indentured for a certain amount of time?
No.
Blah 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 blah.
It's pretty much until either party wishes to part ways type of deal.
All right.
But they find contracts for you, and they retain part of the payment. So they're your finder, and they have their finder's fees. This is much different than.
Don't you get Kool-Aid?
This is much different than the one in Waterdeep, because the one in Waterdeep is well established in a large building. It has a guild hall. This
Is
is
this an official
tucked into a corner.
branch?
Yes, the Flaming Fist really strict on other mercenary companies in town.
Nice.
Only in recent times were we even allowed to open up shop. So we start small.
Well, all right. Well, looks like we'll be traveling together after all. Do you have any work lined up now?
No, I have no jobs, but I have prospects. If I find anything, you'll be first to know.
Oh, all right.
What are we gonna do, guys?
Sorry, I'm like fascinated.
Guess we
with
could
this.
go
I've never
hang
actually
out at the
Mermaid?
the Tankard Bell.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah. That's
you
what
are
she's
kind of
into.
part owners of that.
I don't think it was
If
anyone I know.
Cindercinda let you in. What is going on?
Maybe I need to sit across
What
the
is
street.
It's like a piece of paper?
Yeah, it looks like a piece of paper.
What is it?
Piece of paper.
Piece of paper.
My mouth. I
Obviously.
don't know what to say.
Or say we make a quick clip of that.
Please don't.
But speaking of clips,
Here she comes.
it's so good. Like how? How even?
I don't know. How did she get it? How did you bounce it back off the table and back into your
I
hand?
don't know what the original clip looked like, so I don't know.
You know, have you ever dropped a glass on the ground and it just bounces?
How, like,
and
there's a
everything's fine?
flip.
I'll
Sometimes
show
things
you.
just
It goes like this. Ready? Do it again.
I
Recreate.
like that you picked it up and you're just like hit yourself in the face with it. Like, where did it go? Oh, you did that?
Oh wait, no, it was
No.
like
She tried to pick it up. She was sitting.
Here's
Yeah,
the
that's
actual
pretty good.
original. clip
Here's
right
the
here.
original full
Yeah.
clip.
Here.
So here we
Wait,
go.
which screen do I watch it on?
This one right here.
Oh.
See, I don't have slow prepared, but I'm going to replace.
Flip, flip, blah, whoa.
Wait.
What was that? Was that?
Oh, that's the clip. Yeah, that's the full clip.
Here, hang on.
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that?
I'm gonna switch.
Oh my goodness with this.
See, I don't have slow prepared, but
I just flipped it right out of my hand.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And she tried to pick it up from where it was and just flipped it for some reason into her face.
Dude, I laughed so hard I literally was like crying.
Stop. Yeah, so she's got nothing lined up for you immediately.
She said she has prospects, which means we'll get back to her pretty soon.
Yeah,
So
and she always knows where to find you. But I mean,
That's the
the
same with
mermaid's
Arya
already
at
in,
this
so it's the
point.
Tankard Bell.
you could so you do have options. You could go to the Tankard Bell, maybe see if anyone there needs work. But anything that the Revelers Union will have is generally probably going to be in town.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is Blushing Mermaid. You can see if the guild or anyone down there has any work. There is another option.
Do I know anybody in Bloodsky? Oh, sorry, go on.
I mean, you do. You have some contacts, but they're not like they're out of touch.
Right.
So, but you were going somewhere. The problem being, though, your entry fee is now gone
Right, yeah. So, I mean, you can't just show up to Candlekeep, like...
without a book,
Right.
and just hope that God's gift would let you in.
Tell me about this book.
Yeah. Wait. Do you know anything about this book?
I know lots of things about this book.
Yeah.
Do you know about?
It's funny
Does
because
that give us any?
when
leads?
he made
bunch of-
Fenchurch the first time, I made an entire game based off of him figuring out that fucking book was about.
Yeah. And I did.
To finally get it.
Yeah, it was, guess what, guys? It was a very important book.
It was a very important book.
Apparently some doofuses died trying to protect it.
Mordecai's Cookbook of Beats.
Yeah, how'd you know?
Oh, Mordecai. Did you just pull that out of your hat?
Yeah, that's a pretty famous biblical name.
Oh, okay. You almost got inspiration.
Yeah.
And actually, now thinking about it, you didn't say the right name. Mordenkainen's.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
going to say Mordenkainen, but Mordecai is the actual name from the Bible, yeah.
Yeah. Because if you actually had pulled out Mordenkainen, because he's in D&D lore.
I actually went back to Mordecai from Mordenkainen. I didn't say Mordenkainen out loud.
All right.
I'm familiar with both.
Yeah, what's the plan, guys? You don't have work here.
So, like you said, the Revelers Union will be in town. I think that the mermaid is probably the best idea.
I
Especially
mean,
right now, 'cause
the Revelers Union would be good because they'll protect you.
True, but I don't want to. If we're being watched at the moment, I'd rather not draw attention to the Revelers Union just yet because they were downtown too.
The other problem.
Wish to go to Tankard Bell.
Yeah. The other problem with the Tankard Bell is that there is a door directly to the catacombs where
Yeah.
the cult knows.
But that book that we handed over to Arya would have been sufficient.
That would have done it.
Yeah, but just it would have been so inappropriate.
But it was only half finished.
Yeah, we should have summoned a flesh golem to work with us.
If you would have, of course it wasn't planned that way, but if you would have gotten there before she completed the ritual and gotten the book intact, those things are thousands, if not tens of thousands of gold piece treasures. Because
Flesh golem?
the flesh golem, the book to make one, the manual of flesh golem, it takes an entire year to make one. Like, you ruined a year's worth of work. Like,
That's
she
why they
had
wanted to get rid of it.
right,
Yeah,
she had
yeah.
just summoned that like that morning, and you guys went in and killed it. She had spent an entire year.
It's your
working
fault
on
for
it.
putting a big lock on the door. He's like, we're supposed to be down there getting a bottle of wine. And he's like, there's this door in the middle that has a lock like you've never seen before. And I was like, well, let's fucking pick it. Alright, so do you guys want to head to the Revelers Union then? Or do you want to go to the Mermaid? Or do you want to split up? You guys go to the Revelers, I'll go to the Mermaid.
Mermaid's fine.
What sort of work are you looking for?
The kind that pays.
Oh, really?
And the kind that probably gets us out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Where
we
do you
could
go
just
if you're out of town?
I mean, you can just leave. Like, you could just go somewhere else for a while. Hell, you could book passage on a boat and go somewhere.
Just add these characters to Ghost of Saltmarsh.
Yes.
Just-
do a Cardinal Bond Ghost of Saltmarsh crossover.
Yeah.
Each of us will play 2 characters.
Holy shit,
you.
that would be ridiculous.
I've run games where it's multiple campaigns that interact with
I
each
can see how
other.
that
Fun,
works,
they're
but-
fun as hell.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's early. It's morning. It's like, getting towards noon. So it's not to say that you can't do both. You could go to Blushing Mermaid, see if there's anything there, then go to the Tankard Bell. You guys have your haunts now. I mean, and all of them could have work.
You know what we could do is we could go to the Bell first, see what's going on, and then have some of the revelers kind of escort us around town at that point.
Keep going.
I don't think we need the Revelers Union to escort us around town. Maybe at night.
Yeah. So that is true. But the other thing you'd know is they wouldn't be out during the day anyway.
Oh, that's right.
So.
Those night walkers.
Yep.
It was
That is, yeah.
strippers.
Taylor.
They are not a security force. I mean, they are a gang. They'll
They'll
protect.
for some money,
But they're like, you guys are way more powerful than they are.
Yeah.
Shut up, Dayton.
What?
I mean, shut up, Trevor.
Did he roll his eyes? Did you roll your
Said
eyes?
something for money, and he went.
He said they'll hang out for money, and yeah, you would know.
It was a rock genasi, is that what it was?
It was a Earth Genasi.
Where would you all go if you did
You
leave
just went
Baldur's
all
Gate?
landslide on your crotch.
I'd go to. I can't see anything. I go to that place.
Where? So
you guys are-
No one
you guys
can
are
see that
here.
shit from here.
No, I'm gonna go to Malatra.
Where?
Malatra?
It's all the way in the Asian version.
Oh,
Of this.
it's over here.
Yeah.
It's in Carter.
No one's
You've
following
been out
us
of town
there.
for a while. 6 years later, we return. So you got any work for
Yeah.
us, bridge trip?
Alrighty then. So, Revelers Union is kind of not a great idea to go to for a couple reasons. Like you said, maybe you want to keep them up your sleeve and not, bring them into this yet because they're kind of a safe place. Well, they could be a safe place. And the Blushing Mermaid this early in the day is probably the better bet to just go and get some feelers out there and let it be known that you're looking for work.
If you all are trying to lay low, if there's some way we could possibly get that book back from that Miss Aya Vizier, I am expected in Candlekeep, which is a pretty secure place. I would just need that book to get in.
Well, we get constant work from Arya. We don't know you that well. I'd rather not
Of course,
make her upset just for...
Just saying, it is a safe place to go.
I mean, we literally got paid for bringing that in. Taking it back would be a little shifty.
Well, you
Although
could.
I'm down for this shit.
You can ask her about it. She also mentioned that she's interested in the work you can do. So, I mean, there could be a deal to be struck there. So, I mean, it's not to say that is a dumb idea. It's to say you should approach that you have business in Candlekeep and that book get you entrance and see if she has something
might
she
need
can do.
something from Candlekeep.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I'll bring that up.
And she'll be like, that's a stupid idea.
And you're right. You don't know me. It just seems that this seems to be in a sort of planning stage.
I shouldn't have said it like that. I think that was kind of out of character.
I think actually
we don't know you, but
well, what you did was interesting. I like it because you kind of assumed that he meant steal the book from her.
Yeah,
because that's an Arovar thing to jump to, and I'm like, oh, I see what you did.
Are we reverse?
And he's not like there's not a thieving bone in his body at this point.
What's a reverse heist called? We steal something and then we steal it back. Anti-heist.
Oh, no.
God, I haven't heard that in ages.
That's gonna get us a strike.
Sorry, I guess I never really thought about like that's just.
Yeah, it is right,
really
and that was
school.
You know what the worst?
Absolutely used in my youth, and I've thought about saying it on stream several times because it's something that comes up in D&D games, and it's like, oh yeah, that's terrible.
The worst part is the meaning behind it, where we were mad at them for being mad for selling us stuff, for taking their land from them. Yeah, it's the worst.
They tried to take back the land they sold us for beads that we conned out of them.
I know. You know what they also said. I never understood what the hell it even means. Is when you go to the red light and you get out and change seats.
The fire drill.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is that?
I have no idea.
What is what?
The Chinese fire drill. You remember that phrase in school?
Yeah, I don't know what the connotation of that is.
No idea.
It's when you.
Well, I know what you do.
We know what it is.
But
like,
we don't know why it came.
That.
Yeah, why is it called that?
Probably something terrible. Like
Absolutely.
Probably something we shouldn't explore on stream.
So
it's like we have to try really hard to remember when we go to Ireland that we need to ask for shillelagh shots with a Guinness back.
Yeah, not Irish car bombs.
Yes.
Oh, God.
A shillelagh shot is what a Bailey's and Jameson mixture is called. So then you just get a Guinness back. So we got chewed out by a bartender in an Irish bar in Flagstaff because we were just like, oh yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah, that's.
He's like, are you really asking for an Irish car bomb in an Irish bar? And I was like,
we were like,
I mean, yeah.
Sorry.
I wonder if tensions are going to come back up with Brexit's official. Like they're going to do it.
Yep.
So Northern Ireland and Ireland are going to be two different countries now.
Again. All right. So enough with that.
So
right.
I vote we go to the Mermaid and just put it out there that we're looking for work and see what we find at least first.
Yeah, it's about as racist as we thought it would be.
Okay, great.
We'll talk about that off.
Chinese fire drill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I come with you?
You're literally in part of our team.
You are now part of the company, so
work for us.
We don't care one way or the other.
Oh, you do get the Cardinal Bond badge, by the way.
Ah, cool.
Which looks like that.
Right. Yeah. I'll
like compass rose.
Have Archibald hold it for me.
He takes it and like preens it into his feathers.
He's the bondsman now.
Look at me now. I am the bondsman.
I need to watch that movie just so I can see that.
So off to the Blushing Mermaid.
Off to the Blushing Mermaid.
The Blushing Mermaid is the Blushing Mermaid at noon, which actually has quite a few dock workers, having their break there. It's definitely not the same crowd as at night, and it's definitely not as busy, but it's still there. So the Blushing Mermaid is a bar. I don't know. You played the Baldur's Gate games, didn't you?
Yeah.
There's the Blushing Mermaid's in it, but it's a pretty big building dive bar in, and they all walk in, and there is a half elf drow behind the bar who waves at them. Miz.
I exchange insults.
Yep, as is customary. Do you call her old lady or old woman or whatever she is?
Old hag.
Old hag.
Right,
yep.
old hag.
She's like, I'm younger than you.
Forget about all that.
Arya is not there. It's a little bit early for her anyway. She's like, business, pleasure.
Can it be both?
Oh, sure.
We'll take one of the booths then to get some service from Jeets. Jeets isn't here, is she?
No, that
You're
was
also
the...
confusing your work table with your Ghost of Sartmal.
No,
Jeets
Jeets is the goblin. She worked at that something anchor or something like that.
Oh, it's that one that had the sign as a hook that looks like a shark or something.
Oh, right, yeah.
The fish hook, whatever that was
The
called.
hammered head.
The hammered head.
That's
That's it. Inspiration.
Nice.
Yeah, that's Jeets is there.
I thought that table was a pretty cool idea. Maybe.
The table? What table?
The getting money table for Salt Marsh.
Oh, yeah, that is a great idea. So she's like, you guys want to, you want a room downstairs? I mean, if you're here for business.
We haven't seen Sternbreaker in a while either. Might as well head downstairs. He's probably not still there anymore, is he?
You can ask her.
Hey, we don't have any business with him. It's fine. I feel like he just gets us in trouble when we,
I mean, we're trying to have business with somebody, so why not?
That's a good point. Yeah, we could ask about Sternbreaker too, since we haven't seen him in a while.
It's like, he's not here at the moment. He does maintain a holding in the basements, but he's trying to get his father's business back up and running.
That's right.
Can't get my erudition added.
Get out of here.
I already refreshed everything.
Well, I was gonna say unequip it and then equip it again.
Yeah, let me see. Lord.
It looks like you might be having just like a problem. Maybe just reload the page. Yeah.
Erudition. You have 1 at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So, right.
Oh,
I could add it.
okay, thank you.
Sorry about that. She's like, yeah, he's not here. He's trying to set up shop in his father's old business. I mean, if you wanted to visit him, she gives you where it's at. It's along the docks. I mean, he made anchors and chains and built stuff for boats. So
It's a boatsmith.
he's not a boatsmith. He was the metal worker.
No,
He'd make the
I'm mixing the two words together for fun.
he'd make the clasps and nails and the anchor chains and all
The
that stuff.
shrooks and all kinds of dumb junk.
Yep. She's like, hey, like, why don't you take a double X? 4th floor.
Gotcha. Ooh.
Is that good? Oh,
Doesn't matter.
We're usually going down, I feel like, so this is new. So we're usually going...
She means down.
Yeah,
But it is deeper
That's what I was
than,
talking about.
yeah, it is deeper than you've been before.
That's kind of the thing of this place is it's like a giant one story, but then it has like
And it has 2 stories
yeah, but
up top.
but it has like several basements.
Yeah.
Four, right?
Oh, it's got catacombs underneath it. Like,
going down
it has cave systems and catacombs and all this stuff.
deeper than you've been before.
He said this is deeper than you've been before.
Giggity.
Hey,
Hey.
on the way down.
Yeah, so
Who are these affiliated with?
it's best that we not ask questions around here.
You don't know.
I'm not going to share that information. So I'm not going to say anything else about that. Yeah.
So you go to what looks like a closet in the back. Like, it really is like just this plain wooden door that looks like it would go to a broom closet. And you open it up and there's a stairway. And you go down and then there's, like, it's not a wine cellar, it's not anything else like that. It is a cellar of chambers.
Oh.
All of the chambers have doors of various sizes, either like small and some pretty large, even double doors, but they all have a symbol either carved into the door or in the stone over top of them, and it's various symbols. And you start to realize that you're looking for double X, and you go through this chamber, like this area, and find another stairway down, which goes down to more open areas, but even gets to kind of like cave system style areas where places have been cordoned off and doors put up.
Well, Baldur's Gate is built over the ruins of like 2 or 3 different civilizations.
Well, it was built
It's been through a
on
lot.
it was built on sea caves. Like, pirates used to use this cove because they could sail ships into caves and hide there. And then it was built on top of that, and then dug out and remade, and like all the pirate hideouts, like the aqueducts and the catacombs, which you guys have been into both. You have now been into one part of it, the catacombs, the undercellar, and all of this. Like there is a whole nother infrastructure underneath Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, and again, you go down 2 more floors after that, and you look for Double X, and you find Double X. Double X is it's a fairly large door. It looks like it's going to enter to a chamber that's way more accommodating than just the 5 of you need.
Is it dark?
No, there's torches. It's not super well lit, but it's lit enough that humans can navigate.
Yeah, we all see in the dark.
Yeah, but you're seeing by light because there's light here. Yeah.
You guys we might have to order another pair of purple glasses.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, nice.
They're goggles of night vision.
Right.
Yeah, we were joking around. Dayton held on to him for a while, Jordan. Right. So we joked, and I found him on Amazon, and I ordered him while we were sitting here, and they showed up.
Maeve has these.
Funny.
She has them on her, like in her coat.
Stylish. Yeah.
We were joking. I'm like, I can't believe somebody fucking still makes these because they don't have a lens in them. You open them up, and they're just clear plastic.
Oh wow.
So, you guys entering Double X?
Sure.
Okay, you open the door and step in, and it is occupied. There are lots of people here, probably about a dozen. Some of them look thuggish, and
some of them look ruggish.
Thuggish.
Some of them
look ruggish. Some of them look thuggish. Some of them look
ruggish. Some of them look bonish.
Bonish, famished. No. Some of them look not. I don't know what you're talking about.
Thuggish, ruggish, bone. No. It's the Bone Thugs and Harmony song.
Oh.
They're most famous.
Yeah, all right.
Sorry. Anyway.
The guy that doesn't know anything about music whips that out. I almost want to give you your edition.
We whipped it out. We whipped it good.
I almost want to give you
because nobody got the
but no.
reference.
Right. I mean, but it's to get one over us on us in music.
Oh,
well, then why don't you say anything?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's some most known.
They know me as a hustler. Yeah, I fucking love that song. Came
I
out in
want to say it's their most
1994.
known song.
What? You said what?
You
don't think it's their most known song?
The only one I know of theirs
Someone says what?
starts with like all of them in Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah.
So the song is playing down here?
No.
So.
So
it was a game.
there's a bunch of people in here. There's some thugs. It looks like guards. There's some other folk that are in nicer attire. Some of them are in not nice attire, like kind of rags or whatever. It's a whole gamut of different looking people. But there's some people standing on the outside, sitting in chairs or on stools, just in little clusters. There's a couple right next to where the door opens. But then there's a table, and there's a bunch of people around that, and they all have various drinks. You see wine bottles on the table. There's a couple kegs in the back. This is an established room. And you guys all step into this.
All right, Ms. Liz says everybody up to Bone Tree Room on floor 2. No, I wouldn't do that.
You need to make me a insight.
I think you roll it without knowing like the modifier. Just like fuck it.
Is it going to change?
No, but I'm just saying.
I get a 9 on that.
Okay, yeah, you're just like, whoa,
God
people.
Damn it! What is she? Oh wait, no, never mind.
You're going to use it?
Yeah.
All right.
12.
All right. Still like.
Yeah.
You walk in here and you're like, have I seen some of these people around here before? Like you just get a little bit of a, like maybe you've seen these people at the Mermaid before.
You technically still have inspiration.
No, you can only reroll once though.
No, but I just mean like he does.
Oh
have
yeah,
it,
you do technically still have inspiration.
Why do I still?
Because
that's
Wolfmaster.
I gotcha. That's right.
gave you inspiration way early.
Yeah, I paid for it too. So.
He gave you inspiration on your next roll, and that has literally been your next roll like, from when he gave it to you.
Sometimes it's a talking session.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you guys all like standing in this big open doorway, looking at this.
I mean, I was told to
accompaniment.
come in here, so I'm gonna grab a flag from the keg, and sit down.
So you start walking in, and a woman stands up. She is what laymen would call exotic. She is a human and not from this land. Most people would think Kalimshan at this point, but it is not that either. She definitely has a look that is not normal around here, or not seen often.
Racist.
Oh, vegetable. No, okay.
She's a yogi.
Let's see.
Does she actually hold that dagger?
I mean, she's not holding it. She has it behind her. And she stands up and goes, Maeve, so good to see you.
Of course.
That's
And
good.
Maeve is like Maeve tries to shrink
One of our
down.
previous jobs, Maeve kind of didn't give anything away until the end that she like knew some stuff, and then I found out she spoke Cant, and then some other junk. We were like, hey, who the fuck
Like
is this?
she's this priestess of Tymora, and you found out that she speaks Cant, can use lockpicks.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Very lucky.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Well, I don't know that. It was just very, underhanded.
You are definitely very agnostic
Yeah.
when it comes to like the religious views.
Yeah. I mean, Umbra is still
Yeah, I
kind of
mean,
on my lips, but I don't think it's.
you
I don't think I
gotta
have
pray to
really-
her.
But I don't have heavy faith in it, you know. Maybe when I'm on the ocean, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
So Maeve kind of tries to shrink down behind you, and she's like, good to see you again, Tia.
Hey, what's your last name?
Tiamua!
Yeah!
Bam!
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
She got
Yeah,
it.
admired it.
She mispronounced that name so much that we had to write it on a piece of paper.
I didn't
and say
mispronounce it, I just could never remember
You
it.
you didn't know it was two names.
Yeah, Tima was.
So you had to write it down. It was on a piece of paper over here somewhere.
I said it right
and you
there
said
so
it.
you could remember.
Oh shit, bitch. That's this bitch. She's dead.
Yeah.
She's dead.
I've been
She's
looking for her for
dead.
a long time. Yeah, I had original business with her just because I wanted to know what was going on because it would help the Thieves Guild out.
And she's just chilling in the
I
Blushing
was like,
Mermaid in a
that
room
was
full of
way
people.
back in the like
That's what I'm saying. That
early
was like the first
sessions.
2 or 3 sessions. Yeah, where I was curious about that because that might give me an in with this.
With
like,
the
local
guild. Yeah.
affiliates. Yeah, if I could find this girl and at least figure out what she's up to.
I am
Damn
shocked
it!
and
I was trying to turn
honored.
over a new leaf and be nice, but now I just want to stab this
I
girl
don't
back.
say that.
You're shocked and honored.
I don't say
Yeah,
that.
okay. Yeah, so Maeve says, hi, Tia. Good to see you again.
Oh, sure, she's the one that gave Maeve that coin that we used to call the spirit boat.
And got her out of
Yeah.
prison. Like, walked her out of a prison where she was supposed to be executed.
Yep.
Walked her out right out the front door. That's the kind of clout this woman has.
Oh, so it's Tia's fault we can't get rid of Maeve.
Right.
So is everyone just giving weird, like,
Yeah.
surprise expressions?
All of them,
A little
like,
bit. We're
all of them,
I'm
like,
going to be reserved about it.
I mean, no, we're all
I'm
professionals. We're
Yeah.
just.
Stoked. I'm stoked
Yeah.
that we found this woman because she is supposed to be dead.
you guys all walked in to this situation that obviously you weren't expecting. None of these people were expecting. This one stand up, knows Maeve. Maeve says a name back, and there's a little bit of I mean, you guys are
A vibe.
professionally,
It's like-
but there's a
yeah.
vibe of
Yeah.
like, this is important kind of a vibe.
I could get less.
Well,
He's just
keep
over
quiet.
there eating a beignet.
She's like, please. She's like, please,
It's like,
all of you.
He's just over there, like,
Bing.
with his croissant in the corner, the crumbs are flying all over the place.
Who? Jordan?
Yes.
You know, bread is good when you can't hear it.
Crepes are superior to pancakes. So,
Fucking Lindenberries.
That's Swedish.
I know,
That's so good.
so you guys, she's like, please come in,
That's all I took.
sit at my table, and 5 people that are already sitting there stand up and displace. And this is when you go, oh, these are guild members. First off, you see the ladies' court, which are her personal protectors.
Oh, yeah.
You see,
In.
yeah, and several.
Bite the nails.
Yeah,
And stuff.
several of the district like kingpins are in this room as well.
Ribbons represented in here?
And I whisper, if
Perception.
it wasn't for us, you never would have seen this moment.
Yeah.
If you now
26.
okay, 1 second. If just imagine though, if you did not throw the coin in, you did not do what Tiamua said. Like you've already seen, like now you have like repercussions of things.
Oh, yeah,
like
absolutely.
you killed 2 children of a high upstanding person of Merkel, and you're like, we got to get out of town.
Hey, they killed
Like-
me first.
I know. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't have done that.
Me first.
I'm just saying that you're seeing like
Fair enough.
doing this
Fair
for
enough.
her is hopefully going to pay out for you.
Yeah. Excellent.
And you know, it definitely pays out for Maeve because she's not dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, they stand up. Oh yeah, you do see someone that has the same kind of emblems that the underseller folk were wearing.
Good.
So definitely the upper city, the wide kingpin is represented here, but he is not here himself.
So I might aside skinny that to Laura Dove, not just the ribbons thing, but that I don't know who these people are, even though I don't know them in person, and that Cant's not like it would be bad to
Yeah, I
speak
got
Cant.
that
Okay, cool.
already.
Well, you don't know that they're all Thieves Guild members
Well,
necessarily.
I feel like
I mean, it'd be kind of obvious. I
that
guess,
that they're all sitting here with Tiamua
but-
in the
Yeah,
Blushing
that's a good point,
Mermaid.
But maybe I would just get so excited to be like, follow my lead. I don't need to.
You guys take seats.
Hell yeah.
So you move up and you
Unless
take
they know
seats.
it's good move.
There's food on the table. There's like, you know, large roasts with, you know, just knives stuck in them that you can carve off. Plates of
Totally not
Choco.
Choco.
totally not Choco.
Oh yeah,
He's one of the
subscribers.
yeah.
Welcome to
Welcome,
Have
and
a
I love
bag.
your little black W.
You got the W.
There it is.
You got the W. We're gonna get that W, boys. So yeah, you're like, what's going on?
I'm just, you know,
Yep.
I've been to shady tables before. A little uncomfortable, but I'm just gonna be sitting.
Right,
just
we
polite.
rescued you. The Bond was like, you're assigned to them, and then we're like, hey, check it out, every thief.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate's boss is
See,
here.
this is why I asked. So, what kind of work are you looking for?
That's why I said we don't talk about what type of work I'm looking for.
As you sit down, Tia grabs mugs and wine glasses and asks you each what you want and pours it for you personally. Which is, I mean, that's kind of a sign of interest to you guys. That very much seems like, why is she serving me? Like she should have servants doing this. But in her culture, that is a sign of respect.
I'm gonna telepathically talk with my owls. Like, what do you think, Archibald? Character?
And he goes, psychically.
Yeah.
You hear the hoot in your
His head
head.
just does a
It's just-
360 and it's like,
So after, like, there's nothing said before that. She pours you all your drinks.
We missed our break. I gotta go.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, we've taken lots of breaks.
Maybe it was seeing
But
Tia
don't
Blue,
go.
and I'm like,
Yeah. Like I gotta pee.
you made me eat.
I'm like, oh, I wet myself.
You made me.
Anything you guys want to look at or do in this initial intro?
Just gonna study this different culture, apparel, and whatnot. Just keep to myself mostly.
yeah, I can't think of anything I don't want to do.
I need to keep a watchful eye and stuff, like, because
cast
I know based
fireball.
on them talking like who this is and stuff, but like doesn't really mean anything to me. I'm not really impressed because I don't really know what this is about.
This is that shady underworld shit that Erovar steeps himself
So if
in.
anything, I'm just gonna be on more alert that like it's Erevar people.
So you're speaking to your owl, to Archibald, and you ask, like, what do you think, Carter? And, I mean, he knows just about everything you know because he's your familiar.
Yeah, it's almost more just like a nervous kind of.
Right, and he'll, like, it's like, well, he he points out that the outfit is certainly of silks that cannot be produced here. Like, they're not even Kalimshan silk.
Right.
They're something else.
Yeah, because my mentor's Kalimshan, and he wore silk, but it wasn't like this silk.
Completely different. Well, not completely different. Different.
Old Master DJ Khaled.
Same.
But different. But still the same. Oh, for those at home, just in case we'll catch up. So Tia, in Baldur's Gate, there's a thing called the Guild, and it runs all the crime. It manages kingpins that are in each neighborhood. There's a kingpin for each neighborhood, and all illicit activities go through the kingpin. It is pretty locked down. Like the organized crime is really well organized and structured, so that there's not competing, there's not murders on the streets, there's not raids and double crossing. It's all kind of, I mean, there's still some of that, but it's all in one central organization. And it was all run by a woman named Nine Fingers. And Nine Fingers, like back in the day in Baldur's Gate, when it was separate guilds and all that, she came in, clamped down, and got them all together and made the guild. And it's like, hey, we're all on the same side. Let's be that same side. And she even got so powerful that she infiltrated the parliament, and it got dissolved. The entire parliament got dissolved for decades because it was corrupt.
Just in the basements.
Right. And but Nine Fingers is, a human, and even with her clout, her money, and her magic, she's pushing 90. Still looks like she was in her 40s, but she's done. She had to retire, and she appointed this. I don't want to say this in a derogatory term, but someone not of Baldur's Gate, and just like someone that no one knew, just an outsider to this. Instead of uplifting a kingpin or one of her, right-hand people, she brought in someone else, Tiamua, to appoint as the new head of the guild. And she kind of did that because, no, all of you guys have your own agendas, all this stuff. I took control of this guild, not from within. Like, I came into this city and I took it over, and I'm going to give this to someone else because, all of you have your own agendas. You fight on your own levels. This is another level.
What a Chad.
But she, during the coronation, during the passage of power, assassins struck at her.
Oh.
And they all know this. They know the history of this. So I'm just saying this for the audience in case you haven't watched. She disappeared. Like, there was assassins came out. Tiamua was lost in all of this. No body was found, but she didn't turn up. So everyone assumed that the assassination was successful. And then the guild went at each other from the inside about who was going to be next. Splintered into factions. The ladies' court that was still loyal to Nine Fingers and the transference of power to Tiamua. The old guard, they called themselves the guild. They think they are the guild. They were Tiamua's lieutenants. Each kingpin, some of them had aspirations to move up. They made stakes. Some bonded together. Some killed each other, where they would never do that when there was Nine Fingers at the head. And all of this is shaking out in the underworld, and it was part of the destabilization. Like, along with that Knoll horde that came down, this happened, and Baldur's Gate fell into chaos.
So then my question would be now. Oh, sorry.
But now, so one thing last. This group found out that Tiamua was still, in fact, alive because she brought Maeve to the group. Maeve was just they were all bondsmen, and they walked in to get a job one day, and Maeve was there and part of their group. And at the end of that mission, Maeve had a little twist, as they thought they nailed down everything. They thought they tied up every loose end, but Maeve said,
Ludens.
Ludens. They realized that Maeve was compromised. Tiamua had approached Maeve while she was in prison, waiting execution, and gave her something to do, specifically in this group and what their mission was about. And it went kind of counter to what they were trying to do. But they ended up acquiescing and doing that. I'm not going to say what it is because it's a pretty big deal. And it's going to come out. If you haven't watched the episode, it'll come out again eventually. So technically Maeve was in debt to Tiamua, but you guys weren't. But now you're standing in her presence and you did a favor for her, essentially. So she kind of owes you, if that's the way you want to look at it. But yeah, Tiamua is very much alive. She's playing the game. She needed to know right away who was going to be against her and get them out. And what better way to do that?
Yeah.
Than
That's cool.
Yep.
So my question would be, what are the implications of there being representatives from every faction of these guilds?
There's not every faction. There's just some.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I missed. I thought you were saying that they.
Yeah, not everyone is here, but there are very specific ones.
Well, now I'm extra glad to know that the Ribbons crew is here because they're a good contact to
Yep.
have. So, all right.
It's nice to know that he's loyal.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Yay!
Greyhaired Gaming.
Greyhaired
3 months.
Gaming!
Oh, a long time.
You got the W.
Straight advantage to DM, no talking, no nothing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Party of 22.
Whoa.
All right.
Yes.
Get some combat in.
Oh shit!
I punched
So-
the guy
Oh,
next
we
to me.
got raided with a party of 22. Thank you.
Awesome.
Holy crap! What's going on?
Beta.
Beta. Yeah. If you. Oh, look at
There
that.
it is.
Yeah.
The Lonely Boy.
My God. Look at that guy.
Thank you for coming out,
Greyhaired
guys.
Gaming started following us. We're like, shit, that's what Wileyverse should have been called.
Yeah, I know. Like, look at me. Look at this.
Yeah, you're getting that silver going on.
Since I was 24.
I haven't seen these guys in
Thanks, Uzi.
like a little bit.
Thank you guys so much for coming out.
Yeah.
They're at a very interesting point right now. So after Tiamua, the missing guild leader, pours you all drinks, she exchanges pleasantries with Maeve. It's like, good to see you again. Are you in good health? This and that. And she's like, turns to the rest of you. We haven't met officially. And I'd like to remedy that. I'm sorry I've been indisposed. I am Tiamua. She doesn't say any title or anything past that. And then she looks at...
The chip is back.
The Doritos!
Don't beat me.
Kapow!
God, don't beat me.
You're welcome,
She looks at
Lonely
you.
Boy.
Looks, it's like, and you are?
I'm Laura Dove.
Lord.
Let's speak on
I'm Laura Dove.
Emote, thanks to Lord and Savior Ace.
Wonderful
What?
child. Nice.
You got an
Nice.
emote. Thanks.
Lord Save's gifting those subs.
Oh,
again.
look at Lord Savior Ace. God, you are the
Like
real
ours.
MVP.
Mm-hmm. You're the goat. For sure.
You're the GOAT.
So we now have this.
What is it?
Oh, we just drink whatever, honestly.
Love Blonde. Oh yeah. So
You were
earlier
here for the truly era.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
for the White Claws, we're not sponsored by Stella Artois, but we're available.
Yeah.
We'll take what we can get.
Which, if you notice,
Also,
sure.
if you see down in the below, if you're on your web browser, we are affiliates with DriveThruRPG. If you use the link below and buy any PDF or anything from their website, that supports the channel. We also have a clothing line. No one's wearing the W tonight. But
Cold
it's,
outside.
I know. Oh, I totally get it.
Boys.
But you can get that W, boys, with a bunch of different shirts and tank tops and apparel down below. So thank you very much.
I just never know where mine is.
Your what is?
I know exactly.
The most.
where
Oh,
you're
Southern lady voice. Can you do a Southern lady voice?
Yeah, I could do a Southern lady voice.
Okay. I mean, you got asked.
Need to put on your most Southern lady quote.
Quote. Okay.
And then voice.
Voice. No, and then he corrects himself. Voice. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How do we know he's talking to her?
Oh, I mean, it could be any of us, honey child. I mean, I can put on some Southern charm.
RPGers drink truly. Right. We went back to White Claws after we lost you guys.
The White Claw's been working out. They didn't have any at the.
But we honestly, we're not picky. We drink whatever. We're all a bunch of human garbage cans. So.
Really, we will. You could put anything in our mouths.
If they want to pay us, we'll drink it till we bleed out our eyeballs.
Actually, yeah, if you paid us, we would say good stuff about your alcohol all the time.
We'll drink anything if you.
Oh, you could put anything in your mouth.
You just don't have to send us alcohol. Send us alcohol.
Totally send it. For every donation, we also have a donation link down below. Donate to the beer cause. But really, don't use the donation. Like, just sub. Like, if you're gonna do anything, just sub.
You need to be stopped.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just because.
So
just
she asked you first. You said.
I say I'm Lord Dovages. Nice to meet you.
It
Lord
is
Dovages?
Lord Dovages.
That is not what I said.
She's like, it is
nice to meet you.
It is a pleasure. I hope you're looking after all these men.
No, it's her chance to say men's green, so she didn't say.
And then she goes next down the line. And you are?
Erevar Korsovich. Big fan.
Korsovich. You,
Korsovich.
Korsovich. Inspiration.
Really?
Yeah. Korsovich, that's fucking brilliant. Yes. He died.
I'm so cute.
And they had to resurrect him.
So they did it by taking all the money out of my pocket.
Yeah. And his magic items and selling them.
They took the rings off of me.
He's not even the new guy.
No,
Robert.
She's the new guy. He's the old guy.
Wait, old Robert or new Robert? Am I old Robert now?
The kid in the red shirt had to be 18
old Robert.
Oh, damn.
Dayton, you see this? Calling
you out. He does have the coolest shirt at the table,
Need a 30-second rundown of him.
I'm a big fan of my Forever Live Vaporwave shirt.
Diagnosed autism. That was on 10 seconds.
Also might be offensive now.
Yeah, that's bad. You're a teacher.
You'll make those fortuners, man.
Here at Wileyverse, we're learning morals and stuff. It's a process.
I try to keep this channel clean.
We just learned about Chinese fire drills.
I was just saying, what's really funny about it is we're not usually, we're not like that in our real life. It just keeps.
It just happens.
Yeah. All right.
Let's play some D&D.
All right.
Okay, wait. Gray hair needs to meet Robert real quick.
Okay, 30 seconds, Robert. Go. Tell him about yourself.
I have a kid, and it takes over my life. I can't have fun anymore except tonight. And so here I am.
Wow.
Was that it?
I'm a wizard!
I would say.
Jesus.
He's a wizard,
I'd say, Dayton and I have been gaming with Wiley for about 2 years now. About 3 years now, almost. About 3 years. But Wiley and Robert have been gaming for 10, 12 years. More than that, maybe.
God, has it been that long?
Unfortunately,
that's before I was married.
Unfortunately, the marker of when we started gaming is very well known to me. Like, it's a very specific date.
Yeah.
Is it because it's like?
It's because of a death.
Oh, that's right.
Good thing I said never mind.
So,
damn, bud.
I was gonna say the first night you guys.
Did it?
Oh yeah.
Not anymore. I'm not.
Anyway, Robert's our loud and boisterous character.
So,
he does his accents. He's really versed in this. He gives us good advice.
Jesus.
It's been 9 years.
9 years?
9 years. That we've been
almost
hanging
a
out.
decade.
I've known you longer.
There's a new clip. Hey, tabletop
To keyboard. What is going on? How was your show tonight? Like, I need to go back and rewatch it. I need to watch it. But seriously, like, how to make music for your role-playing games? Speaking of, why the fuck is our thing off?
DJ, Magic Dragon, get your shit together.
I love a good glory hole.
Can you tell if that's on? Yeah, Bart.
No, it's dead.
No, it's not. So it's not dead. I don't think it's been sending signal. So try to turn it back on. because I powered it
It's
up.
on right now.
No, this is on.
Oh, okay.
Touch the magic dragon.
That is totally interesting to me. The making music.
Good question.
But how much damage does Dayton take from that vicious mockery? What's vicious mockery's damage? Is it D6 or D4?
I think it's a D4.
Because it does like disadvantage on people, right? Or
Yeah,
they
it
have
gives you
to attack.
disadvantage on attack. I don't know. That's just, I'm a wizard.
That's
I
bard
don't
stuff.
mess with that lesser magic.
In real life, though, he just cries himself to sleep every night.
And she would know.
You should get a clip of that.
Oh,
Put
okay.
that on the thing.
Collect the
Wait,
tears.
Lord and Savior did another.
Yeah, he did a clip.
What is a glowing hole? Please explain.
No, here we go.
In your best southern accent.
Oh, are you gonna click it? He says, "Just watch Wiley."
Oh yeah, this right here. Put it in my mouth. Put it in my mouth.
Oh man, the same goddamn shit. Oh, is that from earlier than
That yeah.
that? Okay.
That was. When will then be now? Soon.
Oh. Folk of Merkel.
Alright, we gotta go slow on these quick bitches.
Yeah. So, thank you guys for all coming. This is a very, very important scene. So,
Obviously.
Stop scrolling, Wiley.
Oh.
The chat.
yeah, sorry. There we go. She turns to you. She mentions your family name, Korsovich, and she asks about a boat in particular. Do you know your parents?
Yeah.
Okay. She asks about a boat that one of your parents served on.
Oh, the Dimple.
I mean, that's canon now, so...
Yeah, that's the name of the boat, the
Okay.
Dimple. Dad always had his rotating joke was anytime somebody asked him what the Dimple was, he would make up a story on the spot. So no one really knows why it's called the Dimple.
It's like... Good to see that seamanship runs in the family line. That is a useful skill, especially along these waters. Then she turns to you.
Oh, hi, I'm Fentress, Eustace Fentress. Thank you so much for your hospitality. This is, of course, Archibald, my life partner. No, I'm an associate of mine. I'm familiar.
She kind of like does a little wee at it.
Yeah, I command him to obey.
And he's just like,
Cool. Be cool, Archibald.
she's like, Fenchurch. I recall being told about a treatise on divine magic
Yes.
written not too long ago. I think it was something about specifically Azuth and his position in the weave.
Well, it is an interesting position. I didn't. Nice to know that you're a scholar. Yes, I've written a few things about it. Wrote, yes.
He's written.
Sorry, I'm from Eltigood. It's a different effect. Yes, I write quite a bit. I'm particularly interested in Azuth's relationship with other deities such as Velsharoon and other sorts for scholastic purposes and exploring the similarities and differences of the divine and the arcane. But that's just me.
Velsharoon, isn't he dead?
I feel like she just rolled defense against your speech.
We're finding. I'm still doing research, but I'm making discoveries that they might not be dead as some scholars seem to think. But there's still quite a bit about it.
You notice that when you say that, like the moment you say like mine is not mine is B is dead, she glances at Maeve real quick.
Oh.
For like it was almost like she couldn't even stop herself, just a quick like whoop, and then back to you, focused again. It's like I must admit that I did not myself read these treaties. They are beyond my limited capabilities, but it does fascinate me as we do live in a world with magic abound, and I need to know. I need to know its capabilities, and it's good that there's folks like you out there that do
Oh, that's
explore these.
that's so
starting to get.
gracious of you.
I feel like we're getting buttered up.
What?
Like I was really excited. I was gonna say my excitement's worn off because I was like, awesome. Now I'm like, wait a second.
Thrilled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is.
no,
it's stoking the ego for him.
I was
He's
in a really
like,
good mood about it too. I was stoked that she knows my parents and stuff. I was like, awesome.
Right.
Now I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You've been looking us up.
Just letting us know that they know all these details about
Right.
each and one of us.
I mean, yeah, she didn't gamble that hard when she gave Maeve that coin. She knew the outcome.
Cool.
So, best wizard god, Korn, the one that kills all wizards,
Yes.
which I have a real problem with.
It's good one to worship for that reason. Like
I have a
see
real
you
problem
last-
with that. And the only way to summon demons is with wizards. So how does he summon his demons?
Right.
And it's in fantasy he enslaves wizards and forces them to
Oh.
get possessed. But how does he do it in 40k?
Space is a big place.
So she goes, I would very much like to sit down with you on some of the details of Zuth and
Oh,
others.
Really? Well, certainly. I'm always it's a subject I like to explore all the time, actually. Absolutely. But I'm sure you're here to speak to other associates.
My name is Jordarai.
Telling him to talk.
Oh, my throat just hurts.
Jordarai.
Jordarai.
Jordarai. Like, when she sees nothing else is coming out of you, she moves on.
He's just like,
It is the dimension of light.
She's like, please, you know,
Very stoic.
eat your fill.
Everybody's cigarette has that plastic filter.
It's like, eat your fill. It is noon. It is the time to break and eat, and it's never too early to drink. And I thank you for
Party drinking.
coming to my table.
I was so excited, and now I'm like I'm reserved about this entire meeting now.
So tell me, Maeve, and anyone, how has business been since? Well, I apologize that I wasn't there in person, but since our last interaction,
When did we interact with her?
I mean, the coin being traded and that
okay.
job being done is kind of what she's alluding to.
Yeah. And you can tell her if you want. She seems to be kind of focusing on you.
I don't know if that's necessarily true, but
Oh, it's Maeve. She was asking more anybody in the group.
Yeah.
yeah.
She definitely like glossed over Maeve, like, "Hey, Maeve," because like that's the
Yeah.
person she knows. But then she opened it up to everyone.
I feel like I'm sitting back a little more reserved. I'm trying to choose my words carefully and kind of try to figure out what's going on here because I don't care for it.
I guess I'd say, like, you know, business has been fine. We've been kept busy, but things in Baldur's Gate seem to get darker and darker every day.
That is certainly true. We are coming out of trying times. I mean, the Blood Moon Festival was a breaking point, and I do very much respect the sacrifices you made because of me. Don't think that I don't understand what I've asked of you.
If I can be honest, I would say that in the most respectful way to you, anything we did as the Cardinal Bond wasn't necessarily for you, wasn't against you or for anyone else, but we're all kind of just going along with this, and we really don't know what any of it really means
Well,
in its entirety. I feel like we all know bits and pieces of the history and stuff, right? But
Mm-hmm.
the Cardinal Bond certainly wouldn't have tossed that coin the way you did. And the Cardinal Bond does not own that waterway. You do. And I do want to convey that to you. That
Needs to be conveyed. We have the
Yeah.
coin.
No, it's not. It's in the bottom of that basin.
Mm.
you
Oh, that's
should be
right.
digging so deep
yeah.
in your notes right now.
Nope.
And she's
I already
like,
looked for it.
No way. There were so many things about Tiamua that like we had so many questions,
Yeah, Tiamu was
and
running.
you haven't asked her a single thing.
Yeah, because I'm getting buttered up. She has the upper hand, and I'm not down with it.
but she's about to convey something. She's like,
I'm paying attention.
she's like, the Cardinal Bond doesn't own that waypoint.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Yes,
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
boatman told us that he's at our beck and call.
Right.
What, Baloney boy, sorry.
Baloney boy is
Baloney
now
boy.
funny
following the party.
He thanked you earlier for pronouncing his name right, and you just went
I
and
know,
looked it up.
Aww.
Baloney boy. Baloney boy.
Who was it before that we messed up?
Oh, Nicholas.
Nick Lachey. God damn it.
His name is Nicholas Hayes. And we were like, is your name Nicholas Shays?
Oh my God.
Nicholas Hayes.
So bad. It's like a boy band. But she's like,
just so you know, the new people, especially Baloney Boy, we know you're newer. When you follow, you automatically get inspiration once for the game, which can be used to help us re-roll any shitty roll that we do, or you can give the DM rolls, which Ace is big on.
yeah, you can help the monsters.
Yeah.
So she's like,
You can also buy it with your stream points.
yeah, you can buy inspiration. If you guys see the stream points below, you can buy inspiration to help anyone re-roll, including me and the monsters. So she's like, yeah, the Cardinal Bond, you know, I respect your business and your employer, but the Cardinal Bond doesn't own that waypoint. That boatman doesn't respond to their beck and call. And I could have followed. I could have had other means to take that responsibility myself, but I'm not about that. Responsibility should be in the hands of the most responsible, and I hope that you understand the amount of admiration and respect I have for all of you to ask you to undertake that responsibility.
So, what is it that you summoned us here for?
Oh, I didn't summon you. I just, if you came around, I would hope to meet you.
We walked in this willingly. Like,
Well, I know, I'm just saying, but there was a situation.
Because I know you did put out some feelers to find me.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm sorry I couldn't come earlier. Things were in the works, and I couldn't be out in public yet. But
Yeah, we've had
That's
some.
the spirit.
We fought.
You should hook up with gray-haired.
I was gonna say, with our
because
last
that's his-
campaign, we fought a dragon that we've been chasing for like 7 or 8 months, real lifetime. And as we were fighting it, we were kicking its ass. And
what?
Well, whatever.
You were getting annihilated.
Yeah, and then-
That dragon regenerated its dragon breath every turn.
Tabletop was there.
Yeah.
It was the viewership that saved our lives.
So they had gotten breath weaponed 3 times, and 2 people had already dropped and had to be raised again. And like
whack-a-mole.
you were just
Yeah,
whack-a-mole.
we were.
Like I'm like the spell slots were running out. Everything was bad. It was going to be bad. They were going to lose.
We got raided.
Then you got raided.
Oh god, it was glorious.
They got raided
It was a
at
good
that
night.
at that moment. Raid came in. Like, it was a 12-person raid. Follow. People got inspiration, and then saving throws were rerolled. Attacks were rerolled, and it turned the fight. It actually changed the fight from them losing to them winning. It was all thanks to chat. It was amazing.
We thought so too. He says thought it was going to be another total party kill. I think when we showed up, we were so gung ho about fighting it that we just kind of were like, we hit it. Like that was just what we did. We just started by striking, and it wasn't good.
I think I just smacked it in his face. that was
That's all you guys were doing.
We were kind of just
and
used to
put that
getting
breath
burned
weapon.
to death and then coming back to
I was
life.
very familiar with that process.
You died by fire for us at least 4 times.
Yeah, I was a very crispy boy.
Gray-haired, I was saying that you should hook, like, you and Chaco are very similar, and he wants to like save up all his channel points so that he can inspire the DM and the monsters. So,
Yep.
to our
The channel
Peas
points
in a
are
pod.
really
We did too.
We all did, and I mean, it's not finished, so
Yeah, we can do that.
Did we
It's all
just
there.
become best friends?
Yeah. It would honestly be fun to just
actually,
before, yeah,
in this
Cobalt,
one,
Jesus.
like I love kobolds. It's one of my favorite
They're good.
entry level enemies because they're draconic, and I love draconic things. But in this game, it's gnolls. Gnolls are the thing that's always out there in the periphery. It was the first things you guys fought, and we're not done with gnolls. We're not done with gnolls yet. So
I love gnolls.
I love
The
gnolls.
Knoll
I
American.
say we never really,
You know?
solved what was bringing the gnolls to town anyway.
What?
I know what I'm saying.
No,
We
you
fought-
stopped. Well, I mean, if you do
We
remember,
routed some gnolls out of the towns that they were sacking and stuff.
there was
Yeah,
there was two factions. There was the devils and the demons, the Huffers and the Architects.
Yeah.
You did thwart both of their plans, which is kind of what we're talking about now. So she's like, yeah, like she pretty much says to you that she could have worked it, that she could have thrown that coin in there, and that could have been hers, but she didn't, and that it's yours. Like the decision is yours. Yeah.
So I think what I would want to, now that we've got our ear and stuff, is I want to ask her for work, because it's always been kind of a dream of Bear of ours to join the Thieves Guild. He's got contacts, he knows where the black market is and that sort of stuff, but he's never worked for the guild. He's never been an honest thief.
So you just come straight out, and I mean, you don't come straight out because Erevar doesn't.
Erevar doesn't do anything.
Right. You don't do the honesty, like full honesty. So
Want a beer?
you say you allude to the fact that you are in for work, and she's like, well,
I mean, are you guys down? That's what we're doing, right? We're looking for work.
and do you bring up the fact that you want to do work it might get you outside the city?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. She's like, well, I mean, since you're offering, and since
Great.
I mean you can
Well, totally not Choco. We're here every
I think it's Choco.
whatever.
Choco. I mean, there's chocobos and there's Choco. Like
I think it's probably,
Why
probably
not
was like
Choco
Taco.
is
I don't
his
know.
name.
Is it Choco like the like
it's Choco, right?
Is it like the because there what is that?
Because there's also the other guy. I mean, it's the same guy,
What is it?
but
What
he
is
has the other account.
Well, it's like Elfo from.
Elfo. I'm Elfo.
Does that come out with a new season?
Not yet.
It works.
I mean, well, the second season's out already,
Oh, okay.
but they haven't come out with the third season. The second
okay.
season's been out since last year.
Lord and Savior is
fuck yeah, that
literally
is
your
Choco
that is-
like
original-
chocolate.
Choco like
Yes,
chocolate.
that is exactly what
It's
Eric
like chocolate. like chocolate.
Wait, still don't know
is it
because it could be Choco. Shit.
She's like,
It's totally not Chaka.
so Tiamu is like, well, I mean, it should be apparent that we're not throwing coins into aqueducts and summoning Yogoths for no reason. Yogoloths for no reason. That is a resource, and it's a resource that I happen to need right now, and thus I have
You guys might get your wish anyway.
I have arranged this meeting and this alliance, this business arrangement, as I would like to enter business with you with the asset that I have provided. I need
The asset she provided is access to the boatman. Okay.
I need
Bite us in the ass,
So
eventually.
excited.
Yoke.
Yogoloths. Yeah. She's like,
Interdimensional boatman.
I need someone found. Unfortunately, that someone is not just dead, but they're incarcerated.
Like they're
I'm in
As
Davy
in
Jones as
Incarcerated.
As incarcerated.
Wow, that is a pickle.
incarcerated?
Right. So, please.
Carsway is one of the lower planes where Eugolos are also found, but it's basically a plane of prison realm.
Is it in one of the circles?
Yep.
Sure is.
Circle.
Certainly. It's between the not of the 9 hells, not those circles,
But I
but
thought there were 7. I'm sorry. Anyway.
There are 9 of them,
Yeah, I was
actually.
gonna say, there's 9.
It's only politest to read and write about
Time to
7
go to
of
hell
those.
jail.
but It's hell jail.
Hell jail.
Yeah.
Great.
It's somewhere between the Abyss and the 9 Hells. I think between the Grey Wastes and Gehenna, if you're familiar with those planes.
You are.
I was like, oh, Mitchie.
Title the next
Yeah.
episode, The Gang Goes to Hell Jail.
But
That's a great name for it. The Gang Goes to Hell Jail.
I'll write it down.
Which is also a good band name, too. The Gang Goes to Hell Jail.
It's not meant for anyone to leave, though.
That is the problem with Carcery, is it's devilishly easy to enter and almost impossible to leave.
So.
And you need to do something about that.
I don't need the person back. I just need information from them. But that also means that I need someone to get there to get the information that can get back. But luckily, there's somebody that I know somebodies that can, at will, call a boat upon the river Styx.
I want to message.
Oh, he knows about
Erebor.
massage.
Yeah, message Erebor. I was like, is this person suggesting? Is this person suggesting you have a means to get to Carcery?
Because I can't message you back.
You can.
Oh, it's
You can respond.
Yeah. You can reply to this message.
There's a couple things about that
Yeah,
spell that
so-
are very interesting because you can't fake a voice. You can't be like, I'm
Right.
a voice. You
So it's
automatically know who sent it, and you know that you can
Yeah.
reply.
We'll use that a bunch in Dragonborn.
Oh yeah,
So,
you massaged
Isn't it-
everyone.
Yeah.
Isn't it only like
That's sending, which is only the 28 words.
Yes,
I don't know,
yes.
but like it's
But
still
you can-
it only lasts for a certain amount of time.
Right.
Like,
It's a
And
it's a
then-
minute
it's
or
a
something.
it's a bonus action, so it's pretty
And the
quick.
same thing, like
Yeah.
message is one of those weird ones too, where it goes like 60 feet, but not through walls and
120 feet,
Yeah.
but more
Has
so,
to be the
so of
direction.
stone.
Yeah.
If you know the
Lead
person,
cancels it.
yeah, like if you know the person, you can get through some windows, walls, things like that. But
Or
it's
if you knew
stone.
the layout of the dungeon, you can do that too.
Yeah.
So then I'll say that we were trying to stop this Blood Moon Festival
Have you been- yeah.
raising of basically demons and enemies. Like basically,
Yeah.
we're bringing people over called the Huffers, which are river Styx surfers. Basically, they're basically boatmen.
They're river pirates of the river
pirates of the
Styx.
They were trying to open up a portal to Baldur's Gate, and we thwarted it. And in the process, the boatman from the Styx, that Yogoloth, or at least a Yogoloth, works for us now.
He has a name.
I forgot his name. You didn't tell his name, did you?
He's written it down several times. I mean, like, you don't have to remember it.
Is that why he keeps sketching the word PPP?
You're right. You don't have to remember it. You absolutely don't. But he does have a name.
What was the
River
name?
Styx.
Just so I remember. Hey, you gotta look it up too, then, Gene.
Well, I just give a very kind of subtle nod.
It's probably not written in there. I didn't take him, like, his name seriously as much as I did the fact that we were running it.
What sort of information are you needing?
Wait,
from
let
a-
Dayton shoot a
from
shot.
this plan?
Yeah, I want to. If you have it,
this is one of those times where it's like, hey, I could actually be like, hey, I remember something.
It's like when I started taking notes for this, and I wasn't drinking at the time. You're like, is this what playing Dungeons and Dragons without drinking is? Because my notes were like super extensive.
everyone should be taking notes. Are you taking notes?
I'm taking loads of notes.
Oh, yep, I found it.
You sure are taking loads of that, bud.
So, you explained what Carcery was. It's one of the lower plains. It's along the path of the river Styx, but it is notoriously hard to get out of. So, even if you could, I mean, you can, the way it's said, the way she even said it, and the way you know it, it's really easy to get in. They'll let anyone in. They don't
Yeah.
care. You can come in all day long. They don't let people out. So, I gave
There's so many gigs.
so you obviously have the boatman. You have to pay him to do his job, but you have the ability to call him, and only you do. Well, not you guys. You could call him, you could tell him to take you there, but getting back is still its own thing.
So, like, what's her suggestion? She doesn't have any ideas?
This is not her area of expertise. You have a means for her, and it so happens that you have someone that's an authority on divine and arcane phenomena.
What was that fella's name?
Archibald.
Rinfurch.
Crustless.
Useless.
Useless Rinfurch.
I didn't catch that. She made up a name, and I was like, no, it's Renford. Damn it, it's not Renford.
You should know where that name comes from.
Which one?
Finchurch. Finchurch hasn't contacted me today. That means he found something interesting. Needless to say, I sent the whole shipment back.
His brain's gonna explode.
It's slowly going. He's trying to do two things. Dayton's like, his eyes go, whoop.
I took it from Hitchhiker.
Christo
with an H.
the thrice adrift.
Son of a bitch.
No, what's that other thing?
It's from Destiny. Finchurch is Tess Everest's uncle.
Everest from the Eververse.
That's where I got the name.
That's where you got the name from.
Fenchurch hasn't returned with
Yeah.
the baggage today.
Will Thop to attack.
I think I have 6.
Man, I should totally start putting in
buy encounter.
buy random encounters. Add a creature to the group to the enemies, or add a.
This shit would get whacked.
Oh, it would get so wacky. But it's great for we don't have a huge viewership, so it'd be fine now. We get a huge viewership. It would be fucking done.
Yeah.
It would be done.
Someone summoned 243 jackal wares.
Actually,
pissing off.
Inspiration, by the way, it has been used. It's not just a reroll. You can use inspiration to inspire the party, to give them an additional piece of information and other things.
There it is.
Which
we inflate price with viewership.
Dude, look at this business manager over here.
It's true.
We got hired chocolate.
But when you guys went
Totally not
in the Dragonborn campaign, when you went to Cormyr and they were being attacked on 3 sides, you guys were like, okay, there's the goblin over here, the goblin horde. There's the Thayan undead, and then there's pirates. Let's go deal with pirates. And then who was it? Was it GT? Was it Geostellar?
Hey,
Drug dealing monkey.
Welcome to the party.
They someone in the chat used inspiration to say, hey, the undead, the Thayan undead was the biggest threat here.
Yeah, and we were like, let's do that.
That's totally the one.
Wow. Interaction's fun.
Right, so Hristo, the thrice adrift,
Jesus.
Karshri, she wants you to break into Hell Prison. Well, she wants you to go to Hell Prison, get some information from a soul that's in there, and then break out.
Well, this sounds like a job for someone else.
Yeah.
What's the soul?
What's the soul? Well, some the spark that breathes life in a person. Some say that it's knowledge that you have it in existence, and that someday you'll die. It's also soul, so you have to do
Have
something.
you read my books? That's marvelous.
She's like, well,
All this stuff about
the information I need is very sensitive, so I need to know that we have an agreement before we go into the
I
details.
don't need to negotiate something out of this. Then we can't just go to hell jail for free. I know she's going to want to pay us, but we got to have some sort of caveat to it. She wants to know that we're going to get the job done, but we need to know that it's worth doing.
Shit, I'll do it for free.
Don't say that out loud in the Thieves Guild presence. Free. They're like, done. Shake hands. They're like, damn it.
This is very serious work, and you just met me, so obviously please deliver it. But I will say I do know places where I could research means of getting out.
A Tarask. Just pop the Tarask.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Someone watches our stream for a year straight, saves up all their points, and then you guys just hit 15th level, and he's like, hey, bitches, BAM! Tarask!
I was just running away.
I don't know if it was poison of knowledge or not, but if he had his way to buy stuff, he'd be like, eat the head. He's the one that's always like, eat the head of everything we kill. He's like, eat the head.
So
he pays his 5,000. He's like,
we are hitting the end of our stream time. This is a really great session. I can go on. I am going to go on for another half a beer, but we are actually going to call official game right now. You guys definitely need to think about what you're going to ask. You know that she probably has an offer, in her head, but you guys need to know. You need to think about what you want out of this.
We're heading into you guys are more comfortable with this interdimensional planar trip or whatever. But
Yeah,
I mean they are. He is. She is not. Well, I mean, you guys have traveled planes. Yeah, you guys have traveled planes. He's traveled planes. Maeve and Erevar fish out of water
I
on
didn't
this.
even know planes were a thing until we got that
The Obel.
Illyserich. What the fuck is it called?
I mean,
Christo
or
What is Christo?
You'll be on a boat.
What is
for
who?
Part of it.
What is Christo?
Oh, Hristo. He's a Yugolith. He's a
Christo, that's right.
Hristo. He is a Marinaloth. He is a boatman of the River Styx.
That's
While
right.
they're here, we
You're-
should ask
you're
the viewers: should we go and do something else, or should we go to hell jail?
Yeah, you can
Take
choose.
another
You
job
have the
or should
power.
we go to
You
hell
can
jail?
say no to her.
Don't tell me.
But I do want to expand some views right now because you are in this political situation and you've used things to your advantage in several situations, like the Revelers Union to help you out doing things and other stuff. She is the head of the Thieves Guild, ostensibly. She is going to be. You have to if you back that horse. She has a lot of clout. She has a lot of power. You guys are in trouble and you're going out of town for a very specific reason. So besides just money or objects, you can say hey, there's a patriarch that's out for us. Can we get that taken care of?
Totally. Well, that's why I was trying to
kind of stuff. You can ask for help in these situations you've gotten yourself in.
Well, that's why I wanted to discuss more, because I want a seat. I want to join the guild. And that doesn't mean anything to these guys, so that won't be enough to entice the group.
Now, you've got some. You've seen Tiamua. You've seen how she's running shit.
Absolutely.
She's ruthless, but she's got networks going.
Mm-hmm.
She's got weird things. She's not the kind of person you just say, "I want a seat at the table." She's probably the kind of person that you need to prove yourself, and she'll bring you in.
That's what I'm saying, but I don't want to do this for her if I don't have at least a chance to speak my piece, kind of thing. So this will be the first time Erevar's I don't want money. I kind of want something else. But there's money. We're going to put money.
There's always money.
Rub the money on me.
I mean, even if you don't ask for money, you're going to go on an adventure. You're going to kill some things. They're going to have loot.
One time when
You're going to be in a crazy place.
He converted all of his 500 gold into copper and swam in it. Put it in the tub.
You're even just being carcery, you're going to find things that can become components of very expensive. You can scrape the dust off the walls and sell carcery dust for.
Obviously, look, it's still fucking hell that we're being asked to go to, though. I mean, I don't think I'm not sure about the journey being its own reward is is an acceptable form of payment here.
But what if you get enough components so we could open up a shop?
What if you get a book that gets you into Candlekeep?
There's lots of things.
There's tons of stuff. What if you get
absolutely.
the Cult of the Dead 3
I'm going just for the Scholastic, just
Colonized hell jail.
He is absolutely in this just for the experience. Hell jail is
the best.
Who did it? Who did that? It was the gang goes to hell jail. Who said that?
Who said that?
You said that, but someone wrote hell jail.
It was
in the
totally
chat.
not
It was
Choco.
probably
Totally not
Chaco.
Yeah, hell jail. Great terminology.
Yeah.
The gang
It's
goes to
time
hell
to
jail.
go to hell jail.
Have you ever seen Hell
For
Jail?
Lord Dove says I've been to lots of different planes. I've traveled a lot and I've learned a lot, and I'm totally down to go to hell jail and see what it's all about. What else are we gonna do, guys?
It'd be a fascinating adventure.
What else are we doing? It'll get us out of town for a couple of days.
I'll be right back. You guys continue discussing about hell jail. And
Are you
entertain the
sure you
crowd.
want to leave us alone on the stream?
I absolutely do. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna watch this video.
So-
Such a
Totally
bad
not.
idea.
So,
You've been banned.
I mean, I think what he was saying is true. Is obviously, if she's trusting you with this job, she's trusting you with the future job.
Well, I know that,
You know
but
what I mean?
but I don't want to be okay. So we're gonna go do this for you. And when I come back, and she's like, thanks. Here's $50.
I think
That's not, I know. Okay, fine. Thanks. Here's $500. That's not really what I want. I want to have a permanent contact with the Thieves Guild. We have to be successful. Of course, we have to be successful with it, but I want some sort of guarantee.
I think you should do this one thing
and then throw my
This
weight at it.
isn't something that anybody can just do. This is
if you get out of hell jail, she's gonna be like, yo, she's gonna be like Ferda.
We'll keep it up.
Ferda. Absolutely.
It was this hard to see her. There's no real guarantee we'll see her again, is what I'm saying. We might be being used right now. We got buttered the fuck up. Yeah, or does she see this as a way to get rid of us? Exactly. We got buttered the fuck up. She's like, oh, you're so pretty? Oh my god, how interesting. I know your parents. And there's something about him, I don't know.
Valuable.
Nothing about me. I just told her my name.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Even if this was a
What do you
means of
think,
trying to get rid of you or something like that, if
Lord
Lauren Savers,
thank
always
you.
good to see you. I
Thank
gotta
you.
get to bed soon too, because I gotta be in school at 7.
well, even if she was trying to get rid of you, like obviously it's like with a caveat of like maybe they can get out. Imagine how valuable you would be to this person if you're able to do that.
Well, Erevar's just throwing in his part of the discussion. He wants to be part of the Thieves Guild, if that's possible. If I have to leave, if it's not going to be possible for us to be like a crew while and me be part of the Thieves Guild, then there's no way. But being part of it will give me a fence, so when we get stuff, we can get rid of it quick. Because right now I'm having to spend a whole day going and find the black market and unloading stuff. Now we'll have a fence.
it's a Thieves Guild. Like, they have like cut purses and pickpockets and stuff like that. Somebody can go to like not just to hell jail and back. I think you have. I think that would be a very favorable test for you.
So then, what do we want to try to get? I mean, if she wanted to kill you, she's leader of the thieves. She'd do all these. She was trying to hide her identity for a while, or the fact that she was still alive.
Yeah.
Not for
From
political
us.
reasons.
Yeah.
Well, no, she was trying to hide
the fact that she was still
alive.
Yeah.
She's obviously, since she's down here and with kingpins and other people, she's about to probably, if she hasn't already and you just haven't heard about it, make her move to take back over the Thieves Guild.
Tell you what, I do have some favor to gain in Candlekeep. If this organization can help us get means to get inside Candlekeep, I bet you there's I can almost guarantee there'd be information there that could make this venture possible.
I can't believe Robert's about to get that book and bring it back to Candlekeep. Like 2 campaigns later. I mean, like getting a book from
Oh,
a book. If you get a book,
I had that book.
Oh boy.
wait, what?
No, I didn't. I was chasing it,
Or chasing it, just like everyone else was.
Or I was chasing the chases of it.
Hey, totally not chocolate.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We're about done here too. We're just wrapping it up and getting the last thoughts, and the negotiations will probably happen over the next week.
Actually,
of everyone thinking about what they want, what they're going to ask, how they want to set this up. If there, I mean, you don't even know if there's a time.
I was gonna say, and we sound like we all. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go.
I was gonna say, it sounds like we all stand to benefit from it for the most part. I mean, there should be some money in there if that's it. You just kind of, the experience is great for you. There might be a book for you. It gets me in with the guild. I mean, this sounds like.
I mean, there's.
I don't know. Maybe you're not
I don't
going
get
to
well,
I don't
so-
get to
What's
keep the
hell
book.
Hold on.
jail hold for
I don't
you, Jordan?
get
So
the
for
book.
you, like this plane dancing and going to other places, and all encounters that you have is forging and you learning about your astral soul
Yeah.
and what it means and coming out. For you, you're all about everything in the planes needs to be protected and separated. Like we can't just
for me,
let.
this is just my cup of tea.
Yeah, like this is just traveling planes
this is what I
and doing
do.
what his
Are we
thing.
going on
Like,
planar adventures?
It looks like we are.
we finally
Are
get
you
you to
is
do
this
it.
character?
He's a
do you-
Horizon Walker.
No, I'm saying, don't you have like an affinity like against fiends? Like,
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
like,
he has.
so going to
His
Hell Jail,
favorite
it's like,
enemy
let's
is
just break-
fiends.
Yeah, let's just kill a bunch of things in Hell Jail.
Take care.
Fiends and undead, or fiends and humans.
Fiends and humanoids.
Oh, you're not humans. Like,
I mean, it is like I think
well, we got a
it's
human right.
humanoids include that, and I think there's a specific one. But because you got fucked over by people that were in league with fiends, mortals. So that was your second. So it's humanoids and fiends are your preferred enemies. And he's a Resinwalker. I mean, this is all about...
if anything, I am very suited to do this job.
He is. I mean, I don't... Like, you have it. You know you do. He can detect portals. So
Really?
if you're in Carcery, even though this realm wants you to not leave, he can just go, oh, yep, there's a portal over there.
Oh shit.
Like,
Horizon I've never looked at it.
It's the Planeswalking Rangers.
That's
like,
badass.
But that doesn't get you through the portal. That just tells you where it's at.
Right.
I mean, you still have to get the key.
So there's tons of portals in Carcery. I'm sure a lot of them do not go to good places.
And, getting out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan Rising been given the chance to talk, but he would tell you guys that, like...
Okay.
This is what I do. This is what I would, like, excel at.
Yeah. I'll ask her directly, because she seems to be scholarly in some way. I asked her, like, do you have a means of possibly getting us into Candlekeep? I have an associate there that I have favor with.
I'm gonna...
Tell you to shut up there.
No, I'm gonna save you... Like, I'm just gonna switch that up and how you say it, because you're from Baldur's Gate. So, Baldur's Gate is right next to Candlekeep.
Yeah.
So, there is a thriving industry of a couple things.
Oh, okay.
One is selling books to people for hundreds of gold that they say will get them into Candlekeep, but are fake.
Right.
Selling books that will get you into Candlekeep, and stealing books to resell that will get you into Candlekeep. So that is a huge industry here, and most of it is run by the guild.
Right.
This whole illicit trade of books that will get you into Candlekeep.
I don't know.
You know about Candlekeep. You are from Baldur's Gate, and even if you're just a wizard and a scholar in Baldur's Gate, you know that it's a seedy fucking place. So you know that there is a trade in books.
Okay.
So you word it.
So,
you ask your question, but you word it differently.
Yeah, well, I think this could be possible, but I would need to get into Candlekeep.
She's like, we can arrange that.
Well, let's negotiate.
I'm just saying that.
I mean,
that would. I'm also kind of saying this for your all benefit.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But she is definitely negotiating or hearing each of you.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't... She's not asking, like, any one of you... Well, you actually really don't know who can open it. Because Maeve threw the coin in. Maybe she's the only one that can really call him. But all of you are involved. So she is...
And I think I spoke... Did you speak to it, too? I spoke to it. Did Jodorai speak?
Jodorai spoke to it because he speaks its language.
Oh, that's right. You spoke to it only, I think. Yeah, maybe you're in charge of it.
So... she is not, like, besides the fact that she could maybe just use one of you to open that and go, she is bargaining with all of you to go, because the more people that go, especially with all of your knowledges and your expertise, the better this mission has. So it's not just one person going, this is what we'll take. It's what will you take to go to Hell Jail? What will you take to go to Hell Jail? What will you take to go to Hell Jail? This is very much each of you get to name your price.
You know, is D&D Hell like the archetype? Is it like fire all over the place?
Well, so there are the 9 hells, which is the archetype. Do you remember the Shadowrun game where you were in that club that each level you go down? That's the 9 hells. Gotcha. So those are the stereotypes. There's the freezing level. There's the burning level.
Yeah.
So
level,
that's devils.
Gotcha.
So that's devils. Then there's demons. That's who the Huffers were working for. Demons is the abyss. It is infinite number of layers that are all crazy pants, whatever the fuck they want. They're all different. So, unlike the 9, which are set, this level is all molten lava, and this level is figure skating.
So we're going
and this
to the
level
9 one, or are we going to the
You're not going to either of those.
Oh, okay.
Because in the Great Wheel cosmology, the Abyss is over here where demons are from. The Nine Hells are over here where the devils are from. And that is
The alignment chart.
chaotic evil versus lawful evil.
Yeah.
Now, in between those two is neutral evil. In between neutral evil and each of those is a transitionary realm. The realm that gets you from chaotic evil to neutral, which is a little bit of both, and from lawful evil to neutral, which is a little bit of both. And it's...
Not fun.
And is it between... Is Carcery between the Nine Hells and the Grey Wastes? Or is it on the other side of the Nine Hells?
I think it's next. God, I can't remember.
So,
that.
like, yeah, there's this great wheel, and it has all these planes, and they're all alignment based. Lawful good, neutral, it's Mechanicus.
Oh, lawful neutral.
Lawful neutral and chaotic neutral, and then,
Yeah, it's
neutral evil.
It's a
neutral
complicated
good.
web
So
weaving.
Well, Lorraine Boy says, so purgatory?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is absolutely purgatory. Unlike, oh man, there's so many. Like, because all of them, there's Pandemonium, which has winds through tunnels that drive you insane.
Yeah.
But Carcery is a prison. It is you're walking.
I'm pretty sure it's an infinite chain of cell disc worlds.
Yeah, you're just.
It's been a long
man.
time.
I mean,
It's been a while. I guess we'll
know
find
this
out.
stuff. Yeah. Here it is. Did you look it up? No? All right. Here it is. The Great Wheel. So Hades is straight down. That's neutral evil.
It's got to be between Hades
So,
and Nine Hells.
The Nine Hells, Gehenna, which is the Grey Wastes, Hades, which is the true neutral evil, Carcery, the prison hell, and then the Abyss. So chaotic,
outside.
yeah, chaotic going up there. It's between chaotic evil and neutral evil is Carcery, hell jail.
That's unfortunate.
Why?
I
mean, and they're all fiends, by the way. Everything down there. There's demons, daemons.
Yugoloths.
Well, they're called something else too. There's demons. There's daemons.
I always thought Yugoloths was like the whole branch of.
They're the middle ones, but they have a name. They're devils, or like they have a daemon devil versus the Batai and the Tannery, because devils are the Batari and the things are like when you get to the planes, everything that you know is immortal. That was a kind of a burp. Everything you know is immortal, and you just go, that's hell, and those are devils, and that's other hell, and those are demons. Like they go down there, like, no, we have names, bitch. Like we have our own cultures and everything down here, but they kind of are just still part of this cosmology. No, it's not.
No, I know. That'd be cool though. It'd be cooler if it were.
So
way cooler if you did.
And again, she's not asking for you to agree right now. I mean, she needs she's like, okay, like eat, drink.
Yeah, we're just talking.
Come down here anytime you want. This is my court. You are welcome. But this is a big decision. Discuss. Please don't tell anyone about anything that's said down here. What's down here stays down here. But yeah, you guys are free to discuss amongst yourselves here or go somewhere else or anything and find out really what you guys want to do, what you want to ask, what you want to research, all that stuff.
This sounds scary.
This is a dimension. We're talking about a dimension that is specifically designed to not let anyone out.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I don't think you can just plucky your way through it.
We'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
I mean, even if you cannot find the river Styx again and get out the way you come in, at least you have a Horizon Walker who can direct you to portals. Now, figuring out the portal's keys, whole different story. But you have one leg up on any other poor sap that ends up in Carcery. So, that's gonna be the end of the stream. We started actually earlier than we normally do.
Did we?
We started 4 minutes late.
Yeah.
4 minutes late, which is really good.
Earlier
Oh yeah, it's like
yeah.
usually been 9:30 lately, huh?
So it's 9:30 normally. We've been
We
pushing
normally
9:45,
even start-
46.
Oh,
So, but now we pushed it late. We got
That's
to
right,
1,
Mike.
and we thank you all for coming out. Thanks for everyone that watched, participated in the chat, subscribed, got gifted.
Thanks for following Baloney Boy.
Yeah, it was good to have you all
Too, wasn't there?
chatting and stuff.
Was it?
Lord
Totally
and
not.
Savior coming through clutch again.
Totally not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, drug dealing monkey was here. It's always good to see him.
Man, I
Lord and
can't.
Savior Ace, constant friend. Wolfmaster 317. It's always great to see you.
Kaylin, take us out.
This has been another.
You almost looked at me like, no.
Don't make me do it.
No.
This has been another edition of the Wileyverse. We are here every Wednesday, at 9:30 our time,
Arizona time.
Arizona time. Also, sometimes the guys play on Tuesdays, Wiley versus Mitch. Sometimes Sunday games are happening, so we're here a lot.
We're here more than we were before,
Yeah.
which was 1 game a week. So
Are we doing something Sunday?
we are absolutely doing something Sunday. We're just going to figure out what it is.
All right.
So I think that's a yeah.
So, we are all aboard on Discord. I do not have a public Discord yet. That's probably the next thing I'm going to do, but I have to learn Discord moderation, which involves bots and roles and things that I'm not ready for yet. If anyone out there, tabletop to keyboard, knows about this kind of shit and can help me, please absolutely do.
It is
because
funny that-
I should make a Discord for the Wileyverse
I was gonna say it's funny that you said that because we've discussed it very briefly
during the
before.
Cyberpunk game.
And then today it came up again, and so that's gonna have to be the next thing where we have some sort of fan Discord that they can get on. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yes, we will eventually have a fan Discord. It is probably going to be the best way to contact us because people come through with Twitch chat, and when I'm not streaming, and even when I am streaming, I'm not on Twitch. I'm on Streamlabs, so I never see messages come through Twitch.
Oh, really?
Until I go on to do something else.
Well, I love dicking around on Discord. I'll chat with all you folks.
If you,
That's a great
I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, you'll be
Fun.
all over it.
Robert's the moderator. Like,
Oh, he's gonna be. Yeah, obviously, all you guys are gonna be moderators. Gonna be up there. So, yeah, we're gonna do that. We'll see you Sunday.
Yeah.
see you then.
Oh,
Bye.
to take you out.
Oh. Kaylin, hit it again.
There we go.
Well
Get at it.
done.